This is episode 16, no, 17, I think. I have no idea. Buffer Buddies, a podcast where a group of people watch a movie. We sometimes talk about the movie, meaning we never talk about the movie, and we make jokes, and we all just kind of chill and hang out. It's an open podcast that we let anyone come on if you want to. We use Discord and Rabbit to talk to each other. You can find more information on bufferbuddies.com. That was for you guys.
So, Jared.
Yes.
You know how Julia's out for like a couple weeks?
Yes.
I brought
Wait, what?
a replacement.
Who? Who's
I brought a replacement for her.
For who?
For Julia.
Who's that?
She used to be our listener or our participant from Japan, but I got someone from the
I'm drawing a blank. I
got someone from the Japanese prefecture, Burbank,
okay.
And their name is Zakulia.
Yes, I was ill prepared for this bit, but yes, that is my name, Zakulia. Most people call me. Some context would have been necessary, but hey, let's just bounce back, and let's do this.
Like that one song about bouncing back. Anyways.
What?
Hi, I'm Tiffany from Up Down Left Eye.
I'm Jared from Up Down Left Eye.
Hi, I'm Peter, aka Coder Geek 42.
I am Zakulia, no, I'm Zach.
Just Zach.
And we also have Dimples listening, and we're watching. Oh, I think I meant to announce the movie. Face Off. Face Off is the movie. Here we go.
That's all.
Best movie ever.
Disagree. Although it's up there for sure. It is up there for sure. But it's not quite the best.
It's no Pokemon the first movie.
Oh man, those Pikachu tears though. The power of life and death.
I don't want to spoil it in case nobody has seen it.
Shit, I forgot.
47 years
Sorry,
old.
Spoiler alert, kids. My apologies.
Shall we do snacks? What is everyone eating?
I'm always eating. That's my secret.
Wait, that doesn't tell us what you're eating though.
Just space and time. Just whatever's around.
Are you Galactus?
I am.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Some call me Gazactus. Oh, what have you done to me?
I'm having a mango nata.
Wait, hold on. Is this movie all cut off at the bottom?
It is like I can't see the top, like I would guess.
Oh wait,
5% of it or something.
Let's see. No,
it is all scrolled
I'm so
weird.
confused. No, that looks right. I think it just has a lot of. I think like I think the black bar is on the bottom rather than the top. You know, it's not like that.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, or it's cutting off the top black bar.
Oh, should we watch this movie at like 2x speed?
Yes.
I think that would be a great bonus
I'm
episode.
consuming all
we could change the speed.
I'm consuming all content at 2x speed recently.
I told Tiffany, I actually had the idea of like, what if all audio, like you put on headphones and you like, I don't know, if you were talking to someone, you asked them to like pre-record their conversation with you. So you were isolated with only 2x speed audio for like 3 weeks. Like what would your brain do to that? That was, already I'm already irritated with like normal speed stuff. Everything's too slow.
I think at that point you just become Sonic.
Yeah.
Gotta go so fast. Yeah, if I show up with my hair turned blue, that guy just got shot.
Yeah, that's John Travolta.
Just for some context, guys, this is a bad Nicolas Cage because he has a mustache.
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
And it's not even a
great
good mustache. He thinks he got shot with a bullet, and now he thinks he's a lizard.
Oh no! He's all smoothed out. He looks like he's been like on a filter.
My boy, I let down my boy.
Johnny,
that is my boy. I like how like everyone's just standing on the carousel and it's still going around and like.
I would be like, this is my chance, free ride. No one's paying attention.
Like there are people like literally standing on that carousel, and as it goes around.
And like no one's even looking down at them. They're all just like continually facing forward.
And by the way, that's a sniper shot, so it's probably incredibly loud. It's probably heard throughout the whole, presumably, amusement park, and nobody seems to be panicking.
He had a suppressor.
No,
he had a suppressor.
It's only loud if he's using a controller and not PC.
What?
Never mind.
I understood that reference.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany.
I looked away for a second, which compromises my hearing.
Oh, Tiffany, you were talking about that Julia girl, right? I meant
Yeah.
to do this before the movie. Hold on, let me pause the movie because I got to do this. Pause the movie.
Everyone,
it's very
if you
important,
are following along,
no one does that. No one does that.
Yeah, everyone does that. There are entire like 6 people who listen to this. If you're following along, we have paused the movie.
We have paused the movie. We have opened up our Twitter. Okay, so like that Julia person, whoever that was, she sent us a photo of her like stickers. Okay, I want you guys.
Oh yes, I saw this earlier. Yes.
Okay, Peter, you're not allowed to participate in this next thing because you know the answer. I want to show you guys a photo for like 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna close the window. I want you guys to tell me after that 5 seconds. So don't say it out loud yet, but then tell me if you know what's wrong with this photo.
I can't participate. I have access to our account.
But did you look at? Were you following along?
Yeah, I look at all our conversations.
Okay, dang. So then it's up to like I think Dimples and Z-Rob. Do I have to sign into Twitter to look at this? Okay, hold on. Is there? How do you do this?
I feel like this is just his attempt to shamelessly plug the Twitter.
What? Well, go to tweets and replies. Go to tweets and replies.
That's what I've been doing. It asked me to sign in.
You can't even sign in. You have to sign up.
You get to make a whole new account.
Wait, I think.
Oh man, this is the craziest I've never before seen in. First of all, you spelt it all wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say up, down, elf die.
Oh shoot, that's their fantasy name.
Oh no, you guys know about my secret other alternative channel where it's just me.
It's just a whole bunch of night elves watching movies.
It's like Legolas fan club.
Okay,
I would still want that to be an actual thing because I want to be in that club.
All right, are you ready, Z-Rob? Are you ready, Z-Rob? All right.
So I'm supposed to guess what's wrong with this?
You're supposed to like see if you could figure out what's wrong with the photo.
Okay, all right.
All right, here we go. And Dimples too, if you're paying attention. Here it is. And go.
I know, but you said not to say it out loud.
All right. And okay, what was wrong with the photo?
That's an oblong-shaped phone. No. The directional pad is supposed to be an X.
Okay.
Very good.
Well, was there something else? Oh,
yeah, there is. There's more than that.
No, the background isn't on fire. I don't know.
She wasn't dabbing. That's the problem. She doesn't have a pinky. What's wrong with this? I didn't even notice like half these like things. I know it bothers the hell out of me. So so this is also a PSA to anyone that gets a sticker from us. It aggravates me very much. If we give you our die pad sticker, which looks like a D-pad, I don't blame you for getting the mistake, getting confused. But you should know that the die pad sticker is supposed to be in an X format, not in a like a vertical and like a you would find on a controller. Yeah, it's not a plus sign; it's an X. As in the example in our logo. But Julia also put this is a flaw on my part. I ordered these without thinking it. We have circular logos of our sticker, and they can be rotated into like 4 different like orientations.
Oh, wow.
And she has it up, right, die, left, which is not the correct orientation either on that sticker.
Well, no, but looking at it from the rotation that she has it in, it is up, down,
but
left.
But that's not her intention, which is a problem.
And it's also, you don't walk around with your phone in like portrait mode, right? or landscape mode. Like, that's not your default usage state. So
I love that she's not here to defend herself.
Well, I'm not. It's not really at her. She made this mistake that I don't like. I know people who've done this. It's a PSA to not do this. But what makes me laugh is like they're on her phone incorrectly in a very prominent place. It's like it's so wrong. But I do have two. I do have a little bit of context.
I bought a shirt, and there are specific instructions that go along with it for anybody who is confused. So I was like, okay, I got to put this down. Oh, wait, Jared tells me to turn it to the left a little bit.
That's right. Wait, what did I put on there? I don't even remember what I typed out. Can you read those back to us?
I don't have them with me, but I'll bring them on next time.
He burnt them. He just bought it to burn it.
Yeah. But I do have 2 coworkers who have the X die pad sticker in a vertical format, and I'm like, don't want to say anything about it. And he's unpausing the movie. There's a guy with a gun. He has his hand on the gun.
Oh, right. This is a movie podcast.
Yeah, not a sticker etiquette
I
podcast.
thought this was a podcast movie. I signed up for the wrong thing.
Oh, that's
How long ago was this movie released?
3 weeks ago.
What year?
Hi,
Depends on your temporal frame of
Oh,
reference.
Margaret Cho. Margaret Cho.
1997?
Yeah, you weren't even born yet.
I wish.
Dude, he looks the same.
Oh,
How
look at
is
this.
Possible.
This is the best. This is how 90s interpreted hacking.
He's playing. It's a
has a-
screensaver, and now he's typing in the code to his phone.
What?
It's just a
No,
really
it
big
was
phone.
That code was 420. I swear that was 420.
Should we go back?
I swear that was
I
420.
kind of want to know.
I want him to be like 420, beep beep, and he like dabs. Like,
But then he
He's
has
like-
a bottle flip.
Yeah, he's like, this
Yeah.
ain't a cigarette.
Sinclair is hot. That Sinclair is so hot right now.
Sheriff's Department, Airport
It's a
Police.
weird time to set a barm off for. 265 hours.
Well, you trust that billion.
264 hours is 11 days.
yeah, I want that to be like,
She's like, I'm gonna
all
go
like-
be a comedian.
Like you have to leave the bomb hidden for 11 days. No one's gonna find it in that
Yeah.
time. That seems so.
hey guys, what is that new box in the server room that says bomb on it? I don't remember that being there 10 days ago.
It's the only orange one out of all the stacks of black ones.
Yeah.
It just,
Oh,
you might as well
man.
just slap a sticker on it that says not a bomb.
There's an actual chorus singing Hallelujah. That's how great.
I have a question for you
I
guys.
have an answer.
Hopefully we have an answer. Yeah.
Which is better, the dancing from Spider-Man 3 or Nick Cage dancing right now?
Nick Cage dancing.
Yeah.
Because he's
There's no
everybody.
question in that.
Yeah,
I want
he
it
is
to be-
I mean,
post
look at it.
symbiote Spider-Man.
Yeah, I want it to be like the director didn't even ask him to do that dance. He's just like, this is what this character needs.
Hopefully they add his
Wasn't he a
name
young
in the
guy?
photograph.
I know, I get why, like, you know, he would want to exchange his face. Because Nicolas Cage.
Oh, check this out. This is important. This is important character development. Now you know he's
I am
Burp.
very confused. Hey,
Is
it's
that
the Ellen
That's Alec
Center.
Center.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Oh, I thought it was at E3. I was about to say E6.
Oh, I was like, yeah, Anime Expo. That stuff happens all the time. He was in
They
his
were
priest
cosplaying
cosplay.
yeah, they were cosplaying a chorus. A choir? A choir.
Yeah, like a Hatsune Miku crossover choir. Cosplay is not consent, Dimple says, and Dimples is correct.
But what if I'm cosplaying consent? Like,
As an idea, how would you cosplay that? Just like a big thing that says yes on your shirt, or
I feel
like
like Consent is a villain in Full Metal Alchemist. It's the eighth villain.
well, no, consent would be a good guy because it's
Right.
not
yeah.
not really like one of the 7 deadly sins, like one of the good virtues of life, right? Like
Yeah.
Or it would be a bad penny. It's a
that, like
con.
suede
sense.
Oh,
velvety shirt.
man, that's
thing.
really, really, really bad. That was-
26 minutes late. Casing didn't fit right.
I want to be that guy with the
Pistols look
glasses.
great.
That's his brother Pollock.
I like how he had like that cheap like 10-cent gum in there.
Fit like a condom.
The chiclet.
You didn't deviate from the plan.
Man,
did you?
chiclets are the best, though.
Oh, he has joints in there.
Yeah, I was gonna
420.
say
I was right.
420
Save us some time.
secret 420 conspiracy
Boys are for
movie.
to hide our famous faces.
It would have been amazing if this were released on April 20th instead of June 19th, though.
But it was released in 1997, and everyone knows the square root of 1997 is 420.
You don't even bro.
Fact check someone.
Well, not quite. That's not quite how square roots work, Tiffany.
You guys
I'm sorry to say.
everybody, including himself.
It's actually about 44.688-ish.
There were
That's actually
fours
pretty
in it.
close though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my passenger's here. I gotta go.
Sorry,
But
I
if you
don't mean to, like,
subtract
well,
2
actually
point
people, but-
something from that, or 2 point something, it would be 4.42.0. So we're really close.
And 42
yeah.
is the perfect answer.
Like anything else once we're airborne.
In fact,
you
it's
go.
the ultimate answer. Or rather, the answer to
Actually,
the ultimate question.
I never actually put all that together. It's 420. In the movie, 42 is the answer of life. But 42.0 is 420. Multiplied by 100. Divided by 100.
Or divided by 1/10.
Yes.
If I were to send you flowers.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. 10. Divided by 10? I don't know what's happening. How do I math?
Divide by 10 or divide by 1/10.
Yeah.
It's all weird, wibbly wobbly, mathy waffy stuff.
This is the part of the podcast where we do math.
I feel like this isn't the first
My
time that's
favorite
happened
part.
either. I feel like you said that before. So there is a part of the podcast where we do
This
math.
is the section.
The section? Is that what you just said?
No, I didn't.
Because that's what was showing on the screen almost.
She was giving him mouth to mouth help. Oh man. Oh wow, that
no.
dramatic like glasses off was pretty.
Oh yeah, because the standard police car can totally chase down a plane that's designed to go 200 miles an hour just to lift off.
But the plane hasn't gone off.
Why are there people on motorcycles?
Oh.
Yeah, that seems like a bad mixture with like jet engines.
They need everyone.
Oh, no.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Briefcase, my only weakness.
Whoa, he punched her in the face.
Ooh, he said a bad word.
Oh no.
Mommy, he said a bad word.
He's edgy. He's like Reaper.
This
With his
helicopter.
2 golden guns.
I wonder if he just throws them away and takes new ones out of his cloak when he needs to reload.
I hope
Eating a
this
granola
happens.
bar, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's your snack? Very nice.
I have like a lot of snacks.
Oh right, we weren't finished with that, were we? I am
No.
having an apple turnover.
Oh, very nice.
It's pretty good.
Jared, are you eating any snacks?
Not really. I do have this bag of Happy Belly sweet and spicy trail mix I got for free because I ordered all your computer parts and Amazon had a thing that you could get free trail mix if you ordered over like $35. So I scammed you. I scammed you real good.
It was well over $35.
Exactly, but I didn't have anything in my cart at the time in order to redeem this Happy Belly sweet and spicy trail mix.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh gee. Wow.
That
She got shot
ragdoll.
And then not as good as Uncharted.
I was so sincerely Uncharted's bad. I was so sincerely excited to see what Jared's snack was that I panned over to his camera to see what it was.
There it
There
is.
you go. Happy belly.
Like, I feel like
I
there's
also-
not really a great reason for that to be connected to buying computer parts, though. Like good snacks and good computer parts.
Yeah, you gotta eat snacks while you're on the computer.
No, wait, there is a really good reason before besides I needed something in my cart and I had a thing and then I offered to buy Tiffany the stuff for her
Like,
and then
I might be dating myself. I don't know if it's still around. There's
Are
an
you?
energy
Did
drink
you
called-
did you have a good dinner with yourself? Is that
Right.
how that?
I bought meat roses.
Right there.
There used to be an energy drink called Balls, BAWLS.
Yes, I love balls, the drink.
Yeah, and it was like Balls, the drink for gamers. And I was like, I don't know how this is catered to gamers, but okay.
yeah, they definitely catered to gamers, but without like any branding that like fit with that. It's like
Yeah.
it's blue, and it was always at the internet like cafe place that I used to go. And I was like in the summer, me and my friends like once a summer we would do like we'd go there before open. I think it was like $50 for the full day, like a 24-hour pass, and we'd all just like we'd like live out of that like place for like the day. And that was always
That
real
sounds
cool.
like a great deal.
It was really fun, yeah. But they still make that drink. It's at Micro Center, I think.
Yeah, Micro Center still has it. ThinkGeek sells crates of them.
Oh, what?
They have all these crazy flavors I didn't know they have, but I'm also like, it's also not that cheap, so it's not really worth it.
It's reasonably priced if you buy it in bulk.
Yeah, but I mean, same thing with any drink at all, too.
Exactly,
Usually.
yeah.
My thing is like an energy drink for like less than $2 is usually a good deal. Anything more than that's usually whatever. I think at Micro Center they're about $2 or whatever. So I'm just not like, there's nothing about it that makes me want to go out of my way to get it.
All right, check this out, guys. There's going to be somebody who gets shot and he has a clearly string attached to him or a rope.
Okay. I'm looking out for the rope.
Me and my family, we went back and watched this all the time for this one scene.
Okay, I'm keeping my eyes on the prize.
I'm like trying to zoom in mentally right now to every
These
pixel.
are like legit.
Oh,
his
he
ear.
got shot in the ear.
Oh,
I'd be like,
God.
why? Just kill me. Why would you do that?
It was because he was irritating.
Margaret chose like, I'll use my comedy to heal it. He's like
a
Lucio.
bard.
But instead of music, she uses jokes. Oh, right here. Oh, it's that guy. It's totally this guy.
Oh my gosh.
They should acknowledge that in the movie though, where they're like, well, why did you string yourself up? And he's like jumping around. I don't know. Like he came here prepared.
When they take him out on the stretcher, it still has a cable attached to him.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I remember that.
Thank you. That was really cool.
Good tidbit.
I have closure. I can move on.
Well, thanks for coming by the podcast. Back the Coolio.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
That's all that we need. That's all we needed
the
from this
whole show.
episode. I think we're good, right? We got how long have we been going? We got 20-minute podcast. That's decent.
19 minutes too many.
You know, to match the previous episode.
I just wondered, because I wonder what people thought about that. We went from being like a 2-hour podcast to like a 20-minute podcast, like the opposite end of the spectrum.
It was a 2-hour podcast that was like erroneously labeled as a 5-hour podcast, and then back.
It wasn't labeled as a 5-hour podcast. That was just your player.
Well,
But yeah, when you had it switched to VBR, I know Pocket Cast was like, this episode is 5 hours. Baseball's episode was like 5.5 hours, even though it was only like a little over 2.
It would read it correctly until you skipped. If you skipped, then it would get all jacked up. Because I noticed that too, because I was trying to find a specific spot, and I kept like jumping between areas, and I'm like, it's not making any sense. None of these things happen in this order. And then I realized that I'm like jumping between like this ever always changing time. It's like 5 minutes, 10 hours. 16 hours.
Right.
And I was like, okay,
it would
we can't
scale it in the file and not actually be the actual time index.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Like the same thing happened between, I tried both Podkicker and Pocket Cast, and I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna listen to the whole thing.
I would try to go back like 10 seconds, and I would just go forward like a minute. It was like not working at all. So yeah, I turned out, I re-uploaded everything that was VBR to CBR.
I think it's safe to say that time is relative.
Yeah.
If you have an uncle named Time,
I knew it. I was like, Tiffany has said something. That was like a cue up for her. She's like, pun.
No.
if you had an uncle named Time, would Time be a relative?
Well, no, isn't Time the father? Father Time?
Oh, I guess that is still a relative.
Bullshit. Oh, no.
Father Time, Mother
Well,
Earth.
yeah, I know a Time E. Tim E. I meant Tim E.
Tim E.
Me locked up.
Yeah, Tim E.
Grab your wife and kids.
Well, that's just. All right.
I want
was
his
gonna say, that's just
username
time at that
to
point.
be Time. Like
Yeah.
when he logs into a system.
My father is Time
whatever.
E. Yeah, at the doctor's office, they're like Time E. Time E.
Time me, really?
Me?
Okay.
What?
Police man, don't shoot me.
This is.
What?
Wibbly wobbly, you mean?
They've been fighting
Wibbly
since
wobbly.
like the beginning of time.
Me.
Ah, there we go.
Is this movie about them switching faces? Because that's not like no one wins in that trade. Like.
Well, it's not like they get like a blind box and they're like, oh, you got my face. Oh, I totally got your face. All right, let's switch personalities.
Freaky Friday.
But it's like if I was John Travolta, I'd absolutely be looking for someone to trade faces with me. And same thing if I was Nicolas Cage. But like if you trade between Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, it's kind of like a zero-sum game.
He's gonna get cheese grated.
Oh,
It's not
no,
Jason.
it said he died. He died from back
No
then.
one would survive that. That's several tens of thousands of pounds of thrust.
Would you guys like to hear a fun fact?
I love fun
We might
facts.
need one since the
Please.
movie just crapped out.
Buffering.
We are
I don't think
experiencing
so.
technical difficulties. Please
That is
stand
the
by.
ending. He defeated the bad guy, and therefore
That's just
And the good guys won.
It's like, wait, where do the faces come off? It's like, oh, it's weird allegory.
No, you don't understand. Them going head to head, they were facing off. It was
I thought they had
See,
some
I always thought it was a double entendre, but I guess it wasn't. It was just like they're like, no, literal face off, you know.
Nicolas Cage's character's name is Castor Troy. And in the early to mid 2000s, there was a prominent Atlanta rapper named Castor Troy. Pastor Troy.
Was he a fan of this movie?
That's what I'm guessing, because that sounds too specific, you know?
That would explain why he dressed up as a pastor with that choir at the beginning of the movie.
Right. Look, all the
great
coming
reference
together.
Actually.
Whoa.
Okay, the movie stopped around 18 minutes.
That's about right.
Okay, that's where we are.
This is after he hits the giant cheese crater. Oh, he died smiling.
Oh, I'm so glad he's dead. Now he won't like wake up and trade faces with me or something.
That's the worst. You thought you were attached to Pokemon when you traded him. Like, me and the Hitmonlee have been through a lot. Imagine it's your face.
What? When you like trade Pokemon, you're like, I don't know about this 8th Butterfree that I caught. I don't know if I want to trade it right now. I might need it.
Me and Bidoof have been through a lot.
What happened?
You and who?
Bidoof. It's a Pokemon.
The best one.
It's a new Pokemon, yeah.
It's the best Pokemon.
Or new-ish.
It's actually one of the god Pokemon.
Speaking of Pokemon, she looks like a Moltres.
I don't like what's with that eye makeup. Was that ever a thing?
I think they're trying to show that she's like super edgy. I'm pretty sure she remains Reaper.
No, she ran out of fake selfies, so she just decided to draw on her eyelashes instead.
Look how she's walking. And look at me. I'm edgy. I'm disgruntled teen. We walk
Hot
like
Topic
this.
the person.
You don't understand me, Dad. I'm going to go where they get me, goes to Hot Topic. Talking to all the people, they're like, oh, this girl again. And he's like, you guys, you get me. Like, we're paid to work here. We don't have a choice.
There's one scene where she's at a McDonald's. She's like, I'll just take a drink by itself. She grabs for her wallet. It's attached to a chain.
I didn't know she was you.
I don't have a chain wallet or... Right. I totally had one at one point. It was the Legend of Zelda one.
Did it fall off? Was it off the chain?
Will you stop? Can you just dial it back for a second?
He touched her face like that.
That's the thing. You guys miss it. That's their whole family thing is they just awkwardly rub each other's faces. It's like I love you, and they just rub their face.
Faces off? Did they rub their faces off?
That's the weird thing. Oh, they're all looking. They're like, is that John Travolta? That's John Travolta.
They have erasers for hands and just erase everyone's face off.
I feel like there should be a part in that scene where someone photoshops everyone in that office to have exactly John Travolta's face.
Does that not exist?
And just the caption under it says, love yourself.
Yeah.
I want it to be like in that family though, they don't believe in like kissing at all. So like, oh, that's gross. But they do like this face touch thing instead. So they're like, I love you. And they like touch like, I'm gonna tuck you into bed, tuck my daughter into bed. Good night, daughter. And she just like rubs her face. Like
someone acknowledge how amazing Dimple's message is.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just a
Dimple
Scientology
said,
meeting.
Yeah. Pretty much.
He's like, oh, I thought we were gonna celebrate. Oh, it's hacking. Hacking.
I love
Downloading face.
This reminds me of what is it? I think it's a Unix system subreddit where it's like all these cheesy things of how movies depict hacking and like getting into infrastructures and systems in weird ways and like terrible IP address fakes and different things.
Like this interface is like something I've never even seen before. Like it's like a weird mixture of,
do you work for the FBI or whatever?
You're right. I don't know what technology they have.
Yeah.
Come on, Tiff, you're not supposed to reveal our secrets. That ruins our OPSEC.
They have some Area 52 type stuff up in here.
Anytime they're like, we have face scanning technology, it's just a guy named Scan on Facebook looking for people. Move on to the next guy. That's not him. Oh, there's
I want to be like, what is your job?
floppy disk.
No, it's a zip disk. It's a zip disk. Oh, yeah, it's a zip
I used
disk.
to have like.
Oh, this is the hacking thing.
So
This is the hacking
good.
Huh.
He's loading a virus.
Oh no.
Oh no! He's like, oh no, Sinclair, why are you doing this?
Nerve gas and biological payload.
Thermal cloak.
Oh, that's why. I always like I had forgotten why they needed to switch faces, or why he needed to have that dude's face.
Was it to deactivate the bomb?
I think so.
Oh man, that's dumb. That's
Why
so
does it-
dumb.
Why does
Yeah,
it say
please tell
Section
me.
8 overview?
Please tell me that this, like, the bomb is like face recognition.
I'm guessing that's what it is, but what's even more? Oh, Dimple.
Oh.
Providing all the context we need. I
Oh,
totally.
Dimples
was
is
it?
like a fountain of like everything.
Yeah, a fountain of everything.
Yeah, that was a weird. You just said knowledge, but
No.
No.
Dr. Pepper.
Like, whatever it is, it's like, wow, you're a fountain of ice cream. I can't believe you just always have ice cream. Wow, you're a fountain
know.
of pens. You just always have a pen. Like,
Of presidential facts. Why do we have so many
fountain of
facts about
pens, or-
presidents?
A fountain of fountain pens?
Dimples
what-
knows everything.
but what was that to talk to brother? Wait, what does that mean? What is that?
That's
reference?
why he has to take the face so he can talk to the brother. Be like, hey brother, how again do I disarm the bomb? It's me, your brother, not
It's
John
me.
Travolta.
It's me,
It's
your
even
brother.
cheaper than I
Let's go
remember.
bowling and talk about bombs. You know.
Hello, fellow kids.
Also, it's like, why does it have to be him that takes the face?
There is one other possibility.
Yeah, it could be
What?
like some intern.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, you want to make a lieutenant? Put this face on. It's like,
Only
have John
if
Travolta.
they put on the face and they go, Sinclair done that. That's fine. I'll see myself out.
I actually just left. I heard that. I was like, I'm out.
They're keeping him alive?
You're keeping him alive.
Relax, Archer.
He had the exact same reaction as you. Oh, this.
I
plot
swear that was not
hurts.
intentional. I don't even remember that happening in the movie.
I do love that it's like the same phrase you had. Like, oh, they're keeping him alive. Oh, they're keeping him alive. It was like,
He
what?
just enunciates different parts. So
Yeah.
they are keeping him alive.
Malcolm Walsh. I run the biocover unit for special ops.
I know who you are.
But you don't know what
Oh man, this movie.
physical alteration.
I am enjoying it at a very low volume, which is how I watch all these movies. Or is they're at very low volumes? Oh, there's no. Oh, here we go.
This sort of reminds me of the face maker from older Mission Impossible movies, where it's just like it scans a face and then it applies like a plastic residue something or other. So yeah, you basically have exactly a model face of whatever person you want. It's pretty cool.
Oh snap! This
The-
is like
the best part
the
about
coolest
that-
3D printer ever.
Isn't it?
Yeah, this was 3D printing back in the day. This was 2D
Yeah.
printing.
I like how he got worse. Our 3D printing technology got worse than this.
I have a question.
New anti-inflammatories healing.
3D laser printing.
You sure have a lot of those. I think you used up all
I
your
have a
questions.
question. No. Can you
You only get
introduce
so
that
many.
technology to like a community of cannibals, and would they be like satisfied?
Pigment, both almost identical.
Probably. Well, it's the same way we're trying to make meat
Use laser
that we could,
shears for
like, you know,
hairline.
that's not from a cow, but is still beef.
It's basically like DoorDash for cannibals.
That's pretty cool.
I actually
I
read
mean-
like an article where they tasted like
sure.
the beef that was created in a lab, and they said it was like the best burger they've ever ate.
Well, I mean, because you can control that, I'm assuming.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the perfect amount of like, you know, everything in it.
Face on top.
I think they said like right now though, like if you were to like go out and buy one of those, like I want the lab created beef, like the burger would be like $4,000. Like,
Oh, geez.
but they said it was like so good, so I'm really excited for that
Yikes.
technology.
No.
Luckily, I'm friends with Dexter.
Yeah,
so
once that can get
makes it all
going.
the time.
What's that?
His game to talk. That's what
I said, luckily, I'm friends with Dexter, so he can make them all the time. Dexter's lab.
Oh, I see.
Also works with the other Dexter as well because he like.
That's what I thought you were
That's a
getting
little
at.
more morbid.
It was like
though.
Hannibal-y.
Yeah.
Where's DJ?
Oh, this isn't gonna
But-
work.
If you're with Dexter from Dexter's lab, then you could eat it paired with an omelette du fromage.
Nice reference.
Answer the question.
Jump into the air. High five.
Reference combo 10x.
You're convicted.
How does Tiffany get that reference?
What?
Call for me and your
Dexter's Lab came out in the 90s.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was born 3 weeks ago.
You were born like 10 minutes into this movie. She's a
All she
podcast
knows-
prodigy.
Yeah, exactly. All she knows is podcasting. She doesn't understand the real world.
What is life without podcasting?
Podcast prodigy. You're a prodigy.
That is a great neologism.
All these websites
There's
have
a
the
word for that one,
subtitles.
magic. Portmanteau.
as
There we go.
subtitles.
Portmanteau.
But that's why I can listen to everything on 2x speed.
What is up with all these generic bad guy characters? It's like, I'm the wife. I'm smoking a cigarette.
Maybe.
I'm bald. I don't play by anybody's games.
I
Not
killed
even
the
yours.
man with a thumb.
I have a hoop earring.
Or I can
Only on one side.
I drained
It's
people's
asymmetric.
I don't
Skin
care
through-
about symmetry.
It-
Symmetry, psh, that's for losers.
Hey, Sean.
I main
How's your
Symmetra.
dead son?
I thought you said I mean Zimbabwe. Like, what? That's not a character.
That's how much I don't care about your rules. I play Simba in Overwatch.
Play Simba. Oh, also, why is he like a generic Brooklyn henchman? Hey, I don't know nothing about nothing, all right?
Aren't all henchmen from Brooklyn? Like, isn't that a thing?
Yeah, that's their number one export in Brooklyn is henchmen.
It's your call, Sean.
He broke it.
Bag operator.
Crooklyn from Brooklyn.
Oh dang.
Tell us
Crooklyn is actually a thing in hip hop, so good job.
Oh, I
isn't
swear I did not know that. I have
There-
literally like one knowledge of hip hop.
Only 1 point in hip hop, but the rest are dexterity and podcasts.
Yeah, I
Pretty
didn't
sure
put any
that's
points into that
the
hip hop
Costco brand.
or the sports numbers, the sports stats. I didn't put
No,
any of those
my
in there.
sports score is like a -20. I put everything into other stats.
I put all my points into hot pockets.
That's a good one.
Hot pocket.
I had a garlic chicken pizza hot pocket.
No, the broccoli and cheese is the best.
No, the
That would be
barbecue
good if it
beef.
didn't have- The barbecue,
Barbecue
beef. Is
beef.
so good.
Barbecue beef.
That's
is
probably
great.
the like.
so good.
If you never had a hot pocket and you're listening to this, if you're gonna go out and try them, you just start out with the barbecue beef. That's like the safe standard, and then you could branch
No.
out as you get used to the unique taste and flavors of them.
I disagree fully with what Jared said, because if you have that, then you're not going to want to try any other hot pockets, because it's like you're setting it at a high bar there.
But that one's like you're most likely to like it, you know. Like the other ones are hit and miss based on people's preference. But
I
you
feel
can't
like
go
at that
wrong.
point you're like starting with like Kobe beef as an analogy, and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna go have a regular steak now for the rest of my life, even
But
though I've
then,
had
so
Kobe
then why do you guys eat any other flavor then?
because barbecue beef is great, and I love broccoli.
You know what's the best hot
So
pocket?
that's what I'm saying. They'll have the same reasons for you to try other ones.
You know what's the
Yes,
best?
you,
know what the best-
you eat more than one flavor.
I'm just gonna
What would
keep
they? What
saying
did
this.
they? No, I'm going to keep
until-
ignoring you. No, go ahead.
The best hot pocket flavor are the sweet ones, and by that I mean
I hate you. No, don't.
Pop Tarts are the best.
I thought you were gonna say. I also thought I thought you were gonna say toaster strudels, but same thing. Can we settle this? I hate when people argue about toaster strudels versus hot pockets. To me, they're not really comparable.
It depends
like
on what you
Oh, we
want.
need to settle this.
I like them at different times for different reasons. I don't.
Toaster strudels are like you have them warm, and then Polly Pocket.
Polly
Pop-Tarts,
Polly Pockets, again, another reference you shouldn't know based on your age, but
Pop-Tarts are like you can have anytime.
the
I
interesting
just-
thing about Pop-Tarts is like the first time I had a
Face
Pop-Tart,
thing.
like I
The
ate it.
face thing.
Isn't it? It was like super endearing at the time, but that was because this came out like in the 30s, I think. So I'm like, oh, I don't know how to interact with my family. And now I'm like, oh, that's just weird. Like I just see my brother. I'm like, hey, how's it going? And I just rub his face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You rub
oh,
your
weird.
face.
That's I'm referencing the movie. Will you relax?
Yeah.
What? I'm trying
It's a
to
movie?
clarify. I thought we
Alright.
were just sharing our feelings.
Is that what we're doing? Okay. I cry at every Kit Kat commercial.
Every Kit Kat.
Is this a thing? Okay, is this a thing in the movie? Did they explain this face rubbing thing?
I think it's just like the weird thing that family has. It's just like
no, I will not accept that like this part of their character. Like there must be like
there's a lot of things from the 90s you're gonna have to learn to accept.
No, I can't.
That's how they
bothers me that
identities.
they did it to each other. I can't take this.
Wait,
there
I
has
have
to be
a
like
question.
there must be backstory that they explain. They have to. I will reject everything about this movie if they don't explain that to me.
I didn't read the mangas, so I don't know.
I need this.
Mike, I have a question.
Answer?
Okay.
This face touching thing is exclusive to this movie, right? It's not like some like 90s American thing that I missed out on, right?
Yeah, is there a conspiracy here? Is it like show up in other movies that like?
No, it was basically just for this movie. Like that was not social protocol in the 90s.
I'm gonna Google it. I'm Googling it.
No, it's very common.
Well, Dimples just said it was just for this movie, so I believe Dimples.
Dimples has been right about everything up to this point.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
there's joined us.
There's a YouTube channel called. There's a YouTube video. Every gross hand down the face scene in Face Off. It's a YouTube.
I'm so glad that exists.
Yeah, so like as long as
that makes the world a better place.
Yeah, that's step one for me. That I'm not crazy and that everyone else noticed this. I absolutely needed that. I needed other people to notice this. Step two is I need an explanation.
There is none. I think they're just like, hey, why are you rubbing my face? It's like, duh, the movie's called Face Off. It's like, oh, sorry, I forgot John Travolta. It's like, that's not my movie.
Okay. So how did this get made?
Cage, not John Travolta.
Oh, sorry, John Travolta. Yeah, I don't know who's who anymore in this crazy world.
So how did this get made? References this a lot. I didn't know what they were talking about after a while. So this is they call it the face waterfall.
What?
Because they're like doing like a face waterfall thing.
Oh,
I thought they're like crying a lot or something like that. But now I know, and they reference it quite often. But now so I need to know more about it though.
So the emoji with the crying tears, but it's actually a waterfall, isn't the emoji crying, it's just referencing Face Off.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's called the Castor Troy emoji.
Let me see. I need more information on like why this exists.
I started typing.
This is odd.
Perfect. Oh, this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part.
There's a face in the shape of a face.
This is so much so much gore. This is like Attack on Titan stuff right now.
Oh man.
I want to throw up.
But you know what's cool about this movie though is like it took us another like 20 years to get a real face transplant.
Oh, that's still nasty.
Eee. What if she drops it?
It just runs it under the sink. It's like, oh, that's good. It's good.
Drops it on the floor by accident. Oh shoot!
The 3 second rule for faces.
Yeah. It looks like a mask from like Zelda.
Right. I was gonna say it just looks like. Oh no, I don't remember his name. The face dude from Power Rangers. Zordon.
Is it really an appropriate time to give him a haircut?
Yeah, it's just like, all right, well, let's fix up this hairline. It's like this
was really bothering me. I just got to cut this part right here. It was very take
It's like, I want to take your face off, but I want you to look stylish at the least.
I also like the idea that like you could just cut around the edge of your face and therefore it'll just come off. It'll just pop right off.
That's like some Minecraft logic.
Yeah, it's not attached to your face at all. It just seems that.
No, there's no muscle there. There's no connective nerves or tissue at all.
It's just floating on over your skull. He just lost his mind.
He just lost his mind. He's like, oh, I was okay with the first face getting taken off, but the second, this is out of control.
Like the special effects for this is just amazing.
This is good.
As cheesy as it is, it's really
straight up
special effects.
It really is. I just love how he just massaged it into place. It's like, oh, let the body do the rest.
But you know what's amazing about this though? What I was saying is like it took us 20 years. Like we finally just did a real face transplant. Like I think a couple of years ago, and so like this movie was like ahead of its time in that. Like we did that. Took us like 20 years, and then they're also like 3D printing those organs, and it's like we're just doing that now. Like this movie is like kind of real now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just all completely accurate.
But yeah, now it's not like it's not
real in
sci-fi anymore. It's
1997.
like, oh yeah, that's not crazy. Like in 2000 and like I don't know 30, people would be like, what's the big deal? People get face transplants all the time. People print ears all the time. Why was this a crazy movie?
Because do you think like they modeled all of that after this movie?
Yeah, they're like, someone was like really obsessed. Like, we gotta do that, you guys. How do we do it? It's a movie, John. I know, but I'm gonna invent this technology. I have to.
Classic John.
Whoa.
Why is he mad?
Because he's like, you made me my enemy.
But like he knew.
He's a very ill-prepared FBI agent.
Yeah, it's like they didn't.
Kind of reminds me. Sorry, go ahead.
It's like they didn't like give him like a psych evaluation before like doing this very, very traumatizing surgery.
It was the 90s, man. Anybody could be an FBI agent.
They're like, hey, we're gonna do this surgery on you. Just sign this waiver. All right. Let's do it now.
Some guys at Vaughn's, he's like, I feel like you could do better. He's like, you're right. He just, hey, I quit. He throws in his apron. Hey, I'd like to apply for the FBI, please.
I like the idea that he applied within his apron.
I know, right?
I could eat a peach for hours.
So like, do they have to pay John Travolta even though it's actually Nick Cage acting? Like they still had to pay both of them. John Travolta's like, hey, you know that's like me as a character, but like it's my I'm wearing his face, so you should still pay me.
Can you describe to me this accent that you're going
Right,
for?
that was my
What's the motivation?
He sounds like a New York deli owner.
Right, John
Hey, the
Travolta.
pastrami, come in. They saw
Right.
Who got the best pastrami in town?
Yeah, John Travolta. Yeah,
I eat
yeah.
the mushroom. I grow very tall. I eat the flower. I shoot balls of fire. Oh, wait, are you
hat
Mario?
possesses other people.
All I'm hearing is John Travolta from you guys. So I don't know what your issue
Hey,
is.
I throw my hat on you. I steal your consciousness.
We got 2 days to get Alex to talk.
Oh,
So
the Mario movie needs to be on the list.
Mario movie should be on the list.
I forgot there was even a Mario movie.
That is
So,
Mario
hold
movie is
on.
an actually good movie.
I'm
Didn't
gonna
he-
go on our Reddit. If you guys want to vote for movies, you can go to Reddit.
Oh, his skin face is all loose because it didn't fit perfectly. It's all falling off his face.
But if he does like face exercises, does it get like?
Yeah, maybe he could tone it up, but he has all this extra skin. But yeah, what if never mind. I don't want to say it.
Did they get his eyes too?
No,
No.
they have the same eyes. I think that's the whole plot, is that they're like, you guys have the same eyes, so this works out perfectly. It's like, well, I'm pretty sure there's somebody with blue eyes. No, it has to be you, John Travolta.
Blue eyes, white dragon.
Red eyes, black dragon. I have a friend who got in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Recently, and he showed me all of the crazy combinations they have. It's like purple eyes, yellow dragon. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's just a Lakers dragon.
Competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Is actually ridiculous. Like a really good competitive deck basically will win turn 1 and 2. It's
Right. That's what he told.
ridiculously overpowered.
That's what he told me. He was like, yeah, there's a thing called like 1-turn kills now. And I'm like, wait, what? I remember
Yep.
back in early 2000s, it would take me like 3 hours to finish a duel. It's like, Dark Magician, hang in there. He's like, oh, no, I'm so tired.
But I want to take my nap. With that 1-turn kill though, is it like just basically like you're just how many of those games do you win? It sounds like you're just hoping that you
It's
win.
basically who
Right.
can draw the combo in their opening hand first.
Right, that seems hard or slash it like I maybe win 1 out of 10 games because my deck is built around this. And if I don't draw, I just lose.
Well, I
Seems
think
like
it's
a big
like-
trade-off.
I think it's like if you pull out one of 2 cards or if you pull out like a 2 combo, like any 2 cards, then it could lead to like another combo that kind of just wipes you all immediately. I mean, that's my understanding. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I know your deck's based
world.
around. I suck at these. I'm awful at these card games, but I understand like the concepts of them. You build a deck that like funnels into a very specific combo, and so obviously the idea is like put so many intro cards that will get you into that combo as possible. But I'm like, what is a maximum? Like, what is the highest chance that you could draw a card on? You know, like, oh, I have one out of 20 cards will lead me to this combo, and if I draw 6 cards out of 52 6-card deck, you know, oh, then I have a pretty like a 1 out of 5 odds. You know, like that means you're still losing 4 out of 5 duels though, because or like maybe not losing, but you're not getting into that combo. And usually, from what I understand, like those decks that are specialized around those types of combo usually suck at everything else. So if you get into like turn 5 and you didn't draw your combo, you're like, well, this guy's gonna own me. I could be wrong. I don't know anything.
No, you're pretty much on the ball.
So
there's a new card called like Red Eyes Fidget Spinner.
Oh man, gotta get back into this game. Is there like the dabbing prince card? Is he like, you know, like you equip the fidget spinner to like the dab prince, and he like polymorphs or whatever it's called?
He animorphs?
He animorphs into the, you know, like the meme king.
I mean, you have to acquire him first.
Yeah, you gotta put him on the thing. You gotta use a polymorph card, and then he becomes, you know, like he goes from Dab Prince to, you know, Meme King or Millennial King or something.
I want to go to a Yu-Gi-Oh card game tournament and like look for the one guy who put like a magic card in his deck.
He's like, just in case.
Yeah.
Or you could go to a magic tournament. Those are actually really fun.
But then I want to go to a magic tournament and hope that one guy put the Yu-Gi-Oh card in.
Oh, here's the other way around. We go to these tournaments, Tiffany, and then we try to like, hey, what's that over there? And we slip magic, like Yu-Gi-Oh cards into the magic decks. And then the guy's like, he's playing, and he draws this. He's like, what is this? And everyone's like, hey, what's that? Disqualified. He's like, no, I don't understand.
Judge, this card has no cost.
Yeah, it'd be the best. Oh, it actually has 7 Dragon Balls. You know, that's how much it costs.
It's like, wait, why does my creature have 2,600 attack? That's amazing.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Or we draw our own card.
Just be like, you're right. I want to print the back so it looks exactly like a really good counterfeit. But on the front, we just like, you could do it. You're doing great. And then slip that in there. And then they'll draw it and they'll be like, oh. And somebody will be like, illegal card, disqualified. Counterfeit card.
I remember one of my favorite memes I saw. It shows like, hey, I'm gonna destroy this guy in Uno, and he just has like 4 Uno cards and then like a blue eyes white dragon.
Yeah, I seen that. Does he get punched so hard in this movie that his face comes off?
Oh shoot!
That's a thing in this movie, right?
That happens in Kung Pao.
Oh, you're right. Wait,
Enter the face.
We watched that.
Oh, I'm gonna find that episode. I'm gonna watch that episode and respond to that episode instead of this.
Yeah.
Wait, no, but sorry to say that episode was the one where it was. Well, no, you could add your own voice. You and Jared could podcast that together. In retrospect,
Kung Pao wasn't the one that we lost.
No, yeah. Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh shoot!
Oh man.
Well, maybe we can watch it again. Like later on.
That's 2 strikes
Yeah.
for you, Dubois.
I'm down.
One more, you
That was great. That was Kung Pao was amazing. Although,
I get out of here.
What was I saying though? I was saying something about like we could do like bonus episodes of like a TV show or something. Oh yeah, that's right. I was saying we should do more Viva La Bam, but specifically with the audio muted. And there'll be like mini episodes that we post either like twice a week or fillers or something like that. We could pre-record like 5 of them. They're like real easy in one night. Maybe not 5, but then it's all just like we're doing this, but we're also trying to figure out what the hell is going on. I think that'd be fun.
that's it. That's the podcast. We're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Well, it's like that show is chaos plus muting it doesn't tell you like anything at all.
He wrapped his face.
Yeah, you're right. Episode 15 was supposed to be Kung Pao Fu.
Oh, Oh, did he just wake up with John Travolta's face?
And he's rubbing his own face.
Wait, yeah, wait.
Or
why would they
what's
even
left of
put
it.
his?
Yeah,
alright,
why did
does
they
he-
switch his
I didn't
face?
even think about how stupid that is.
Wait, they didn't switch it, right?
No, they did.
No, they didn't. No, they
Because they
didn't.
need to keep the
I
face
remember.
alive.
I remember.
Never
Okay,
mind.
never
No, they
mind.
put it in a
Wait,
vat.
this is just Gotham just took this. This is just Gotham. Who's screaming? Oh, Nicolas Cage's. It didn't sound like it.
Cage, John Travolta, Nick Cage,
Nick Travolta.
Nick Travolta.
I need to say this pun. It wasn't created by me. In World of Warcraft, warriors, their resource they use is called Rage. So there was a warrior named Nicholas Rage, which I always laughed at.
But it's cool.
I guess.
Sort of
I guess
reminds
it's
me
pretty
in
good.
there used to be a game called Tremulous where it was aliens versus humans in like a first-person shooter environment.
Mhm.
One of the classes of aliens was a type of creature called a Granger, which was like the constructor and builder
A
thing.
Green Ranger.
A Granger. So
A Green Ranger.
one of my online friends would actually his username in that game was Hermione Granger, and it was perfect.
Nice.
That is pretty good.
And then that game kind of died out, which I'm very sad about because it was a lot of fun.
I want to say I played that, but yeah, I remember it being not like great in terms of like user adoption.
It had a very, very passionate fan base, and then that fan base dwindled to like 10 people, and then exaggerating slightly, but yeah, there's not many, unfortunately, people. Anywho, back to Face Off.
Yeah, don't want to miss out on this A+ lore.
Oh God.
Oh,
Wait, what was it? I missed it.
His face is not there.
Oh, it's not there.
Yeah.
I would be all like,
I love the warning that Dimple gave me. It was like, Tiffany, want to look away.
God damn.
Oh.
see, my concern with that is like getting dust all over my face. Like this is the fact that I know dust is laughing.
Oh, stop. Oh,
It's
that's.
Or
It's
I'd
getting
presume
dirty.
being in a hospital, it would be like a reasonably sterile environment.
Skin flakes is dust.
Ew.
Skin Flakes is my favorite cereal.
It's cigarette ash. Dimple said.
Excuse me.
Yeah, especially cigarette ash. But it's just idea like things are landing on like you know how it is. Like if you put like it's sticky surface out, eventually things just you look at it and you're like, oh, there's a lot of little like tiny little hairs or whatever floating around, and that's
Right.
your face right now. And you're walking around and just like it's all just going.
It would hurt so bad.
I love your
I
sound
don't know if
effects,
you would.
Jared.
Thank you. I'm Foley. I'm training to be a Foley artist.
Aren't they giving you your medication in here?
What was my medication?
So I'm looking at like accessories for drones because I got a drone and I flew it for the first time today. So I'm like, I'm like a drone head now.
At top
That's what they're
speed,
called.
though?
They're like top drone heads.
I want to be a drone racer, Jared.
It's like a tag.
Yeah.
Bad quality.
Too bad.
Where do I get
so I'm all
started?
about drones now, and this movie definitely does not have enough drone stuff going on.
Do ball.
How do you think it was
You know.
filmed?
You had a second.
This is
Not with a
all
drone.
on a drone. Nope. This
It's
is
all hovering 2 feet from his face.
Yeah.
It's all loud. It's all trying to stabilize.
They're all Crazy Frog.
John Woo, I can't work in this environment.
It's noise canceled fans. That's what it's all about. It's the modern tech.
$10 million design. And,
So I'm looking at drone accessories, you guys. And got any cool drone stuff? You guys know any cool drone things for drones?
Actually, I am kind of curious. Do they have any like drone cam stuff specifically for like?
yes, it does.
Can you name your
like
drone
solar
Jerome?
Jerome the drone?
Jerome the drone.
Jerome the droning drone.
Yes.
Man.
He's all, I'm a drone.
And then if you hurt his feelings, he goes,
Really, that's him going really fast. Like he's flying away. He's like,
yeah, he's upset.
crying. He's getting all quiet. Oh yeah, but Tiffany, you think robots are cute?
Yeah, is a drone
That's
cute?
because robots are cute.
The drone's pretty cute because I was flying it around and you kind of like lose track of it real fast. But then I was like, oh, it should be over there, and I look up and there's this little just drone just going across the
Yeah, and
horizon.
it comes back, right?
Yeah, it's
Like-
pretty adorable because like it just like looks so stupid. Like 100, like I don't know, maybe like I don't know how far was I? Like 200 feet away. It just like it's going all
like,
slow, just
you know,
like
having a time.
floating through the sky.
Yeah, it's not bothering anyone.
Nope. So
See, I
yeah.
want a drone race. I want to be a number one drone racer.
Well, if you play Watch Dogs 2, you could totally do that.
No, I want to do it in real life, and then I want to go to Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic tournaments, and then take my drone and just fly through the crowd and like steal everyone's cards, and then like throw it back in your face and be like,
You know, it'd be great though. Like you have one of those drones, like the little like stupid little ones. You could like toss up and they'll start flying and like take your photo. It'd be great to have that in your pocket. And then like one guy's like, and then I summon, and you're like, my DJI Phantom drone. And you just throw it out, and it goes right over them, and it blows all the cards off the table.
Nice. I like that.
And you're like 5,000 hit points directly to the player, and then everyone's like,
What is that? There's a Yu-Gi-Oh card where it's like a magic tornado that wipes away spells and traps or something. I forget exactly what it is, but like a real life version of that, like
Yeah.
the drone. Haha.
Oh, that kills. Oh, Heavy Storm. It's Heavy Storm. I remember it.
why haven't they done like Yu-Gi-Oh VR?
4D.
They have.
4D
They
Yu-Gi-Oh.
have.
Oh, really?
No, they're going to with VRV, which is it's like an anime, like almost like Crunchyroll.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
there's
yeah.
somehow
I know
have some
all about that because my brother and me show's on there.
Ah, is it a VR?
No.
Oh, I was gonna get excited. You can look at Justin up close.
I was gonna say, yeah, being able to
here's-
virtually give like Justin and the rest of the McElroys high fives would be like
Yeah.
so cool.
I was
That's
gonna
it.
say
Give
smooches.
him a high five. If it had haptic feedback too.
Tiffany,
Oh,
Tiffany,
I could
Tiffany,
feel the
Tiffany,
high
Tiffany,
five.
Tiffany.
What?
We need to meet them again and go with like a 3D camera and then like record all of them being like, hey, user, what's up? And then just like them doing like a high five, and we record that and we take that to my friend at Upload VR and we get them to develop a VR experience. It's called Meet the McElroys, and that's all
Oh,
it is.
gosh.
Is it's just like you load it up and then it's just Griffin like, hey, what's up, player? And then he like high fives you and you're able to like kind of do that back, and then
But it's spelled MEAT, the McElroys. Meet the McElroys. And then you like cook burgers with them, and it's like a barbecue,
well,
and
I
their
don't
dad
know.
is there.
I don't know how we're gonna get that data, but sure.
Data of the dad?
I thought that's what you said. I don't know how we're gonna get that dad.
I don't know, MTMBMBAM.
I don't know, Merle. How are we gonna get Merle?
Okay, this is getting
I
off
think it's
topic.
possible. there is no off topic in this.
Yeah, that's right. It's getting so off topic that like it's on topic. That's a problem. It's on a specific topic, and that is off topic for this podcast.
It's face off topic.
Yes. So I'm gonna roll back. Coder Geek, you're saying I wonder if there was any specific drone technology, and then
Well,
you never
because
finished.
I know the Great American Eclipse is coming up on Monday, and I was wondering,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
do you have any particular photography equipment for doing like a solar eclipse, or even just like an extremely high contrast film, or
No,
whatever
because-
technology is in there? I'm
Like
not
for
really
the
a
drone
photography
specifically?
expert, so.
For the I don't think that anyone has made a filter for that camera, because that would be like an incredibly useless filter. 'Cause
Well,
you-
it would be amazingly useful once every 18 years or something.
I bet. Well, I mean,
I don't know the math.
The eclipses
should.
happened at a very weird interval. Like the last one in America was like 1973, and then the next one's going to be in like 7 years. So there's really, I don't think there's a math that it's a really weird
There's
algorithm.
no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah, it's super
About
like
once every 18 months. Oh, not 18 years. Sorry,
18 months for the Earth.
18 months somewhere around the world in eclipse. Yeah,
Well, that's not useful for like 99.9% of people. Most of us have jobs and don't have money to like fly to the Galapagos.
They tried
Actually, I would
putting-
love to be able to just like fly to a random place and
Yeah,
travel.
most people would. But so yeah,
pretty
it doesn't
sure,
happen
yeah.
often. And like the what would happen with that though is it blocks so much light that you would not be able to use the camera for flight. So you would only be able to fly it via like line of sight. Also, the camera doesn't pan high enough, especially since that for us the eclipse isn't happening until like it's like 10:30 a.m. So that's going to be like pretty
Right.
high above
guys-
head. and I can't angle the camera high enough. So that filter wouldn't really. And what good is that? It's going to get me like 100 feet higher, closer to the sun. That's 10 million miles away.
Let me interrupt you guys.
What? No,
Okay.
not yet.
No.
This was just my attempt at introducing the Great American Eclipse.
Okay, hurry up. Are you done?
Because I love the eclipse thing. And
Okay,
I'm done.
is it good? You're done? Okay. Are you done, right? You're done? It's over?
Go for it. Sorry.
Dude, the wife
I have this other story about.
No, Jared, you shut your face. The wife is gonna find out that Nicolas Cage is John Travolta because he's not gonna do the face waterfall.
Yeah. She's like,
He's gonna do it backwards. She's like, why is it starting from the bottom? But you're not supposed to go chin up. You know that, John Travolta, unless you're not John Travolta.
Yeah. Unless you somehow, I don't know, face swapped with my husband and you're really some other guy.
His arch nemesis.
Yeah, the guy who killed our child.
Oh, that'd be silly. I must be
I forgot
paranoid.
that happened.
Yep.
That was
they had a kid.
Got your email.
Wait, they had a kid and he's dead?
They had a kid and then they had a kid.
Yeah.
Wait, how did his kid die? Oh, that's right. I do remember now.
This is weird. This is so weird.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm uncomfortable.
No, no.
I'll have to call you back.
John Travolta.
Respecting my boundaries.
I'm coming in, Janie.
Janie.
No, don't do it.
Oh, this is uncomfortable. Can somebody hand me some soap? I feel dirty.
I thought this was like your favorite movie. Because
It is, except for no.
What is happening?
No, this is
1993, 1997. I
The
don't know.
90s were a crazy place, man.
Oh gosh.
You'll be seeing a lot of changes around here.
This is so dumb. This is such a dumb movie.
Oh. Do you think they?
When did you start smoking?
Wow.
Does perfect smoke rings?
That are, by the way, incredibly difficult to do.
Yeah, I can't
Awful
imagine.
on your throat.
I can't imagine how much work you would have to go into to learn how to do that.
I swear, I'm John Travolta. I just got this face on. Don't you mean
Cut
face
my face off. Cut my face off. You'll see. Cut it off. Just cut it off right now.
Have they shown the setting of this prison yet? I won't give it away.
Well, the setting of this prison is the prison.
You know, the external setting. How about that?
It's Alcatraz.
facade.
Is it Alcatraz?
It's all in his head.
Because
It's all in
in
his
my
head.
head.
Did you just quote a Nelly song? I'm proud of you.
Is there prisons in the world that were like in a cell in the ground like this?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Interesting.
Or fortunately, depending on the criminal.
Like if it's like Itachi, then maybe it's like, all right, maybe underground. Because he could just genjutsu everyone, in which case being underground doesn't really matter.
Oh, I see. It's a Naruto reference. I thought you were saying like Itachi, like that was like brand of blade.
I thought this was an Overwatch joke.
Wait,
No.
Naruto? You mean Boruto's dad?
So is our.
Oh, look at that. We got Naruto references on Naruto references.
Oh wow, this is the weebiest episode that we've ever aired.
This is
Yeah.
now officially the Naru cast.
This episode might not go
we should
out.
do that.
It's almost breaking like this
Podcast
rule.
Jujutsu.
Okay, that's it. It crossed the line. This episode can't go out anymore.
Oh man.
It sucks. I know it's
What
unfortunate,
did I
but there's
do?
a
Sorry.
limit of like the weeb that we could have in this episode.
I recommend.
It's a very strict agreement with iTunes that we have. They're like, can't make more than like 3 anime references. We can't support
So, Seichiyami brought up a very good point, and then Dimples immediately answered.
Immediately.
I'm saying.
that. Potato
Almost
chips.
simultaneously.
So Seichiyami asked, "How does the movie explain different voices?" And then Dimples said, "A chip."
So
Okay.
did Nicolas Cage? Okay, so I'm going to preface it like this. It's the real person dash the face. So this is Nicolas Cage Travolta, and the other guy is Travolta Nicolas Cage. So does
Wouldn't he be John Cage?
I don't. Okay, I've already
Then
confused
this movie
myself
would
with
be
this.
4.5 minutes of nothing.
I've already confused myself with this naming scheme, and I don't like it.
It's getting out of control.
Does Nicolas Cage, the person, did he get a chip as well?
Thank you. Next question.
Yes.
Okay.
He goes to the doctor. He's like, grr, give me that face. And he's like, give me one of those chips, not the Cool Ranch ones.
Maybe he's British and he means French fries.
Man.
You mean crisps?
No, like chips, like fries.
So I don't get it.
Never mind.
Who knew that he was doing this face swap thing?
He killed everyone that
Just
was
the
involved.
people in that medical facility, yeah.
And he killed them all. Margaret
okay,
chose outside. That's why she continues to pursue her comedy career.
Oh, look at these burritos.
I want a burrito.
Sounds so good right now. Like a burrito, like a California burrito with chips inside.
Did you say a Hellboy burrito?
No, I said I don't know what I said.
Cali burrito.
Yeah.
A
So
California burrito?
Yeah. A Cali burrito. You just bite into it. You're like, man, whatever. It's okay.
The first thing that comes to mind is like Freebirds or something.
I'm as free as a bird. Sorry, you might want to cut that out because I think iTunes will probably pick it up.
Yeah.
We'll leave
Well, it's
that
okay. It's not going out because of the anime stuff, so it's all right. Do whatever you want.
Damn. All right. In that case, can we just switch over to the Boruto movie?
Yeah, we can do whatever. There's fire on that button.
4301 something.
Oh.
Not only was the bomb 420, but also
4301.
it's lit. It's lit, fam.
Oh.
That was the scene at the LA Convention Center where
Why would he disarm his own bomb?
Because now he's a hero.
Archer disarmed a massive bomb just 1 second before it was set to blow.
That guy's like, that Sean Archer guy's real handsome.
He's like, whoa, you don't understand. That's me, Maria.
The last digit is 9. Thank you, Dimples.
I'm saying fountain of everything.
I know. I feel like Dimples is actually John
of knowledge
Travolta.
that we need. He's got, and I sincerely appreciate that.
Yeah, it might. Dimples might be John Travolta because I don't know what he's doing right now, so he might not have anything better to do than like participate in a stream and
Hey,
answer
what
all
can
of
I
our
say?
John Travolta questions.
It's me, all Buffer Buddies.
She though, we discovered, right?
What?
Dimples, she.
Yeah, it is a she. I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
I think we've asked this like every time.
Every time, but even well, it means we don't have any definitive proof, so it's still like all
Well, it's
people on the
whatever
internet are
Dimples wants
guys.
to be called.
That's true. That's also that. But still, even if you're like, oh, I want to be called a
Dimples
girl, but
is
you're on
Margaret Cho.
but you're on the internet though.
Oh. I think Dimples stole the podcast and Dimples isn't even talking.
It's not even on the podcast.
He's the best
podcaster.
Oh, thank you.
I want it to be like Nicolas Cage as John Travolta. He loves like all this stuff so much. He just goes on living his life as John Travolta did.
That's kind of what's happening right now.
He's like, oh, this is great. I love being a good guy.
Life, yeah.
Yeah, but he's like, he actually becomes a good guy though. Catches bad guys and.
No, but I don't like the whole daughter thing. That was weird.
Yeah, the daughter thing was weird.
The White House.
But then he realizes being like a good dad, he is like really fulfilling, and he just becomes a good dad.
Maybe.
I'm just saying, like, the joke is like they swap places, and the universe like balances itself out.
Jeez, this movie is terrible. I mean, it's fantastic, but it's terrible. Oh, he has candles out. He's either being romantic or summoning the Dark Lord.
I like the second option better.
Blue eyes.
She's like, honey, what are you doing? I'm summoning the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Ugh, seafood.
See how many candles are there? Well, candles, seafood.
So just to clarify, like anyone that knew about the face swap, like, is dead, and therefore, like, no one is because that's what I was gonna say is like, aren't people gonna question why John Travolta's walking around and not in jail? But everyone that knows about it is dead now, and that's why no one knew that he was gone or should be dead or whatever.
Mr. President.
Right. I'd also like to point out the fact that this movie is directed by John Woo, and John Woo made Mission Impossible 2, and Mission Impossible 2 has the exact same plot of face things. And they're like, but how do we?
I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, but how do we get down the voice? Oh, a chip. John Woo. You don't try very hard, do you?
Hey, if it works.
Just one of those chips you put on your throat, and it makes you sound like anyone else you want. Those.
And they do the exact same scene in both movies, by the way, where it's like, oh, you look like him, but do you sound like him? And he grabs his throat, and he's like, I'm John Travolta. I'm Nicolas Cage. And they do that in both movies. They say Nicolas Cage both times, which is weird because Cage was even in Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah. Like read the script, and they're like, Nicolas Cage. Why would you have me say that? Like,
it's like just do it.
It's part of the training.
Part of the training.
The machine learning. You got to train it across data.
Actually, have you seen recently they have machine learning algorithms that you can train a person's like saying something in a video, and then the thing will make Adobe. It say whatever you want them to say. Yeah,
Adobe. Dude, that
really
like the demo was like the craziest thing. It worked like better than I thought it would. Cool. It's scary
also
and
creepy.
Cool and awesome. Yeah, because now it's like, what if we want to? Like, what if we want to have like a bit on the show where it's Nicolas Cage? Like, we could do that.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It's good. Like technology's getting out of control. I don't know if you guys saw. There's this one ability where, like, if you call somebody, they can look at their phone and see who's calling them.
Oh my god!
I think it's called Caller ID.
It's gone too far. That's
too much.
Facebook.
It'd be so much better.
Does science know no limits?
How dare they? Like, everyone delete your Facebook account.
Right before they fry your
No, what you have to do is share this post to protect your privacy.
Yeah, it states some legal jargon, and I believe it.
And then your older relatives will share.
Hold on. We forgot to do the disclaimer, you guys. You can't copy this podcast. This podcast is under the protection of law. Federal ID 16 or 38. It's you can't steal our voice. Can't steal our voice and use it in that Adobe program. Some lawyer told me this. Yeah, I think that covers it. I think we're good.
And remember, if you do, you got to say no copyright intended.
Yeah, you got to say no copyright intended. You got to be like all copyright. You can upload this to YouTube and make all the money you want off of it, as long as you say all copyrights intended to the original owners. I can't do anything after you do that.
Yeah, it's like you're more than welcome to infringe on copyrights as long as you say I don't intend to infringe on copyrights, even though I am quite literally.
I didn't intend to do it, but I also hit the upload button.
That's like
it was an accident.
way of saying no offense, but
yeah, exactly.
No copyright intended, but give me that.
That kind of made me laugh, Tiffany, because I was like, when I was like, Tiffany, you shouldn't like. You're like, don't. I was like, avoiding using a mouse is only gonna make you like delay getting a skill. And you're like, I'm not intentionally avoiding using a mouse, but by not using a mouse, it's quite intentional.
Well, no, it's the way you said it was just like at my fault, and I'm just like, it's not. I'm not.
No, it's just like I was like, you should just start using a mouse. I know it's hard, and you should just get used to it. And then you're like, but I'm not intentionally not using a mouse. But it's not like you're accidentally not using a mouse.
You know those things will kill you.
This is all getting really out of.
So Tiffany, are you using like a trackball or something? Because I love trackball.
No.
Like,
for
like,
PUBG, I didn't know like how serious we were trying to go. And I would do better with the controller, so I was like, oh, maybe we should just start playing with the controller. But if we're not doing it seriously, like if I'm not trying to do pro right now, then yeah, I can use the thing. But
oh, I see.
Oh, I just went on IMDb. Okay. The guy in the prison.
The wisest choice.
The guy in the prison with the glasses. They're gonna show him again. He's like a friend of his. Thomas Jane. Dimples knows. So Thomas Jane plays Punisher.
How do you know all this stuff?
Or Thomas Jane plays Punisher in Punisher, where the main bad guy is John Travolta. So the Punisher movie is basically Face Off in reverse. It's basically off face.
Oh shoot!
Hold on, wait. What is that screen that keeps showing with the little dots on it?
Office thing?
That's basically their trackers within the prison. So like they're all wearing electromagnetic boots and like tracking devices and things.
And so they move.
Like the security guards are tracking every prisoner's location.
Got it.
We all know bullets can't pierce gurneys.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
Oh, chemical! No, not chemical!
Oh, sulfuric acid. That wouldn't gas like that. No.
And also, like, they're wearing pretty thick, like, clothes. I think
really thick gear.
He was just really upset that it's gonna get a stain.
I know. He's like, I just bought this. So these guns have no kick on them whatsoever.
I mean, he's just a really strong guy.
Yeah,
he's just
really
upgraded
strong.
his arm augment, so he has full recoil compensation.
That's what it is.
He put plus 20 in his constitution.
These trained guards can't shoot in a straight line.
It's like they're stormtroopers, but you know, in the 90s.
No!
He's like, I was one of them. He's like, what do you mean? John Travolta sucks. I know, right?
Wait, didn't he just shoot a guard earlier? Like
he did worse. He threw sulfuric acid, so they're just maimed for life. He's like, we don't kill.
Even after that, didn't he light up a guy on the catwalk?
Oh, thank God.
Catwalk.
The very accessible system overload option.
Yeah. No passwords at all.
This is the best.
The guy he saves are... Oh, okay. So he just shot the guy shooting him.
That makes sense. Thank you, Dimples.
How, Dimples?
Thank you, Mr. Travolta.
I'm pretty sure...
Miss Cho, right?
Or...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Miss Cho.
I'm pretty sure, Dimples is, one of the founders of IMDb.
Oh,
know, right?
Alternative, Dimples can rewind time. So we ask these questions. Dimples looks it up. Rewind time.
Are you life estranging me right now? Because for real, I hated
life
that.
estranged.
That's not.
No, I'm thinking the
I'm real
closed-loop
mad.
processor from Stephen Baxter's Manifold series.
Who's what?
Alts.
In Stephen Baxter's Manifold, it's a sci-fi trilogy.
Get him, Punisher.
Come up with a device called the closed loop processor, or a circular temporal loop processor. I forget the exact name, but basically what it does is it's like a normal CPU, but since it uses faster than light circuitry, it'll actually solve the problem in however arbitrary long time it takes, and then send the answer back to when you start the problem. So that it's
cool.
Basically an effective way of instantly solving any problem, no matter how long it would actually take.
Now,
Jared,
does it send the answer back before you ask the question, or is it just you hit enter?
Yeah,
and it would
you hit enter, and it sends the answer back to the point that you hit enter. So
shoot! So in a way,
it actually take a million years to calculate.
Yeah.
It takes exactly a fraction of a second.
So in a way, that actually solves the P equals NP problem, but not by cracking it, just by brute force.
Yeah, it is a brute force solution to the halting problem, and I'm just like, that's so wicked cool. That is so wicked cool.
Jared, alternative.
Okay.
Dimples is a bot the whole time. That Swift Cassie you keep chatting with on PSN?
Yeah.
It's also Dimples.
You mean girlfriend?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So everything that we're saying is just being put through a thing, and it's just picking up keywords and then searching for us. Dimples is a bot.
I remember your CC number. Dang it. Yeah, I've been meaning to get you that, Swift Cassie.
Headcanon, Dimples is Swift Cassie.
Why would you respond to accordingly based on my chat messages? You just ignore everything I say.
You have
I was talking about my parrot, and trying to make this funny.
It
but
just
it's
showed
not.
him falling for 8 seconds.
Keeping up
He would have hit the water at almost 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, there's that thing about falling from a certain height. Oh, so Mythbusters did that thing. They tested that falling from a certain height, and they're not even that high up, and their little dummy guy was getting shredded. But yeah, I see people fall from pretty high up and they don't get hurt. So I was always wondering how that worked. It seemed
in movies.
Not in movies. I feel like
the correct form, the actual puncturing the surface tension.
Yeah,
happens only in a very small part on your skin, and then the rest of you doesn't feel it because the water's already broken essentially at that point.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I guess how do you control that? Because they were just dropping a dummy, and it was just totally just after 5-6 drops, that thing was just destroyed, and they had to get a new dummy. But I always thought that was interesting because I was that doesn't seem very high. It's that'd be scary to fall from any amount of height into a pool now.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of knowledge about diving and swimming or whatever, but at least my understanding of the theory is that if you what you might call a belly flop, you flatten out so you're kind of against the water on as much of your body as possible, then so much of that hits you that it hurts a lot. But then if you're falling vertically, where it's basically the only thing that hits the water at first is your toes, that breaks the tension of the water, the surface tension rather.
Oh, that makes sense.
But they were also testing the hammer.
That thing.
But they were also testing that hammer throw thing, and I think they found that didn't work for them.
Oh, really?
Which I thought was odd. Yeah, because I felt it might
remember
work.
that episode.
Yeah, check it out. It's one of the earlier ones. But I thought that was interesting because I thought it would be maybe if the water, because like you said, it's like if the water's flat, then yeah, it's a flat surface. But it seems like just the hammer throw would work on the principle that like there's ripples and now the water is at several like angles. They're small, but there is an angle and a degree and whatnot. And you'd think you'd be able to like hit some more. Yeah,
the planes of where your hammer intersects and what the surface of the water is are not.
But they were like, maybe just from the height that they were dropping the dummy at, it didn't really matter. Like, because no matter what, it's just going to slam into the water. But you're right. Maybe if you actually like dove like a professional diver, maybe you could jump from a little bit higher and not get destroyed.
And I'm sure professional divers also train themselves to absorb a lot of that. Like you have,
like I train myself to like absorb like bullets. The bullets can't kill me now. I train.
No, but you can harden your bones. Like if you're a karate or like a martial arts person, if you just hit your bones and muscles a lot, they will actually cause really tiny fractures that will heal reasonably quickly, and they'll actually like strengthen over time. So like a lot of classic ninjutsus a lot of classic like ninja related martial arts and like I know a lot of like East Asian martial arts, they would actually start people training very young by just having them hit their arms and legs against like wooden poles and things, so that they would actually strengthen the force that those bones could take over time.
So that's why people are always like break a leg because you'll get stronger over time.
Yeah. That's also why keeping
helps you in acting.
I actually had not thought of that, but that might actually be. I don't know. It would be really cool if that were the case, though.
Yeah, so they can prepare to fight against the audience when they go on stage.
And break a leg this time because that's a good show, and your legs will become stronger in case the next time it's a bad show, you will have stronger legs.
Dimples pointed out that this is Gavin Belson from Silicon Valley. And
what? Where?
Gavin Belson is in the FBI. Also, General Brock from House of Cards.
What is happening?
All these shows that I probably should watch.
I miss Gavin Belson. Let me see. Let's find him.
They'll show him. Watch when they go back to FBIville.
FBIville.
I want that to be like, hey, you gonna FBIville this weekend? Oh yeah. I'll see you there. I can't wait for that FBI party.
How stupid was that? He started driving near a cop. He's like, oh, let me blend in. So he totally puts his head down. It's like, oh, this headless driver.
Oh, this guy trying to hide his face from me. Normal.
Called Face Off.
Yeah, not Head Off.
Hey, earring man.
Hey, it's that random henchman.
I think it's his brother, actually. Dimples will correct us.
No.
And indeed he has.
It's like, no, it's not my brother.
Don't kiss me too hard. My face will come off.
Oh gosh, what if it came off as he pulled away?
Oh yeah,
he has really strong like suction kisses. He's like, I told you not to kiss like that. How many times?
He's a wind element. Wind element.
He's the wind oni.
Beneath my wing.
Wind oni from Jackie Chan Adventures.
Thank you. I am so happy someone else said that. Thank you. Jackie Chan Adventures was my childhood. I loved that show.
Jackie Chan Adventures was such a good show.
One more thing. We will do research.
Dude, that uncle reminds me of my uncle. He's like my favorite uncle.
Also, I was thinking more of the.
Whoa, that was weird. Did anyone else just catch that?
No, what?
She said that uncle was my favorite, and then that girl said, "Hey, I thought I was your favorite."
Yeah,
great. We have great time in this podcast episode, Tiffany.
He's like, oh yeah, those are my normal things. Yeah, I totally.
Oh, gold-plated guns, blue Mike and Ike's,
chiclets.
So this is that movie that I was saying, right? Like Nicolas Cage at Travolta's like, oh man, I love this family life, and then Travolta as Nicolas Cage is like, hell yeah, I love gold guns. They're gonna meet up
halfway there.
I think they're gonna meet up and fight, and like, I have to kill you because I want to keep your life. He's like, wait, what? I want to kill you so I can keep your life. And they're like, oh.
And then they just kiss, and then the credits roll.
Yeah. They're like, oh, well,
they suck each other's faces off so that they can place them back on the correct person.
No, that's the thing. They don't want to. They're fighting because they like, oh, he's gonna come back from his face. I have to kill him. And they'll be fighting, and they'll find out. They're like, wait a minute, we want to keep each other's faces, and then they'll laugh and it'll freeze frame. And
did we just become best friends?
Yeah, I was gonna say, best Jared is pitching a substantially better movie.
Like, this is the dad who wants to like break bad, and the other guy's like, oh snap, I really wanted a family this whole time. All those drugs I was doing was just to fill that void in my life.
He was like, what a coincidence. I had a family to mask up my lack of adventurousness.
Yeah.
Oh, he's breaking good.
Yeah, breaking good.
Fixing good.
Grading good.
Grading good. That's much better. Alliteration is great. Alliteration is awesome. Always.
I feel like we were dragging this movie through the mud, but it's actually really good.
It's probably, I mean, like, it's an interesting for like, it's probably great for its like time, but like this is all now also is like a trope now.
But there's a lot of emotional intensity where evil John Travolta goes to visit the grave of the kid that he murdered and pretends like he's his father. We passed that up because we were talking about, I think, drones and time.
Anime.
I mean, well, anime belongs everywhere. Why do you think Crunchyroll started out as just a streaming company and now it's like prestige worldwide?
So like that happened
I think
already?
it's sushi.
It happened, the grave robbing scene happened?
Yeah, it happened. When it was grave robbing, it was like, oh.
He dug up the kid and held him in
No, he didn't. No,
right?
No, he didn't.
He's like,
He held it in his arm.
do this? What did I do?
He's a Constantine crossover.
He's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Let me apologize by digging up your corpse, child. Jeez.
Unrelated, but it reminded me of
Speaking of corpses,
in King of Fighters / Mark of the Wolves / Fatal Fury. Terry Bogard.
What are these words that you're saying?
These are
SNK fighting games.
Yeah. So
Fatal Fury was fun.
Terry Bogard, Terry Crews.
Yeah, I was gonna say Terry Crews.
You mean
Pretty much.
Oh wait, no, never mind.
Anyway, he kills the bad guy. This bad guy who's like basically like runs the whole city, like Hell's Kitchen style, and he ends up adopting his son.
Who's his son?
Rock Howard.
No more drugs.
Who's the guy he kills?
Geese Howard.
Oh, I thought Geese stays alive.
Well, he comes back somehow.
Ah.
Yeah.
I remember because I was like a Street Fighter kid, and then everyone was like, "Nah, you should try King of the Fighters." I was like, "Well, we got Akuma. What's your main bad guy?" It's like, it's a guy named Geese. I was like, "Oh, all right. Well, maybe let's just take a look-see at him." And he's just a guy like a overly like a blonde dude in an overly sized gi. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm Geese Howard."
Yeah, that's why they call him Geese, because his gi.
Stop it.
Well, yeah.
Stop.
Is he
so
Geese?
evil? His
He's
name
like,
is
hey.
inherently plural.
Yeah.
Does he go honk honk honk?
He actually goes,
What was that? Jerome. Of all the puns you said, that's the one you should be most like offended.
proud of.
You should just look in the mirror and just be like, "What have you become?"
I guess
Greatness.
that pun just flew over your head, didn't it?
Oh,
Sorry.
all right. Well, I'm out. I'm gonna go watch Face On.
That should be the sequel. They should not get their faces back in this movie. Or no, they should never put the faces off. The movie should have ended with them getting their faces off, and they're like, "Come back next time for Face On."
I like the idea.
Episode of
Time.
Faces.
In 20 years.
Face
I
On,
like the
the movie.
idea that like at the end they both like get their faces off, but like it goes from this like action drama to like a comedy. Their faces get blown in the wind, so they both have to chase after it.
Yeah. This summer, John Travolta tries to find his face.
I would watch that.
Hey guys, you guys see like a face come by? Did a face blow by here? And the guy points, he runs over, and then like a dog is running away with it, and he's like, "Come back here, dog!" And it's
And
all.
it freeze frames, and during the trailer goes starring John Travolta, and it's like him, and then
Oh no!
special guest,
Here's
Nicolas Cage.
Here's the
Also,
intro to
I
the
love that
movie.
he just punched a window, like with it remained totally unscarred. She
Yeah.
don't touch my non-daughter, and he just punches a window.
Only I can touch her.
glass.
Hey, is that
Yeah,
is that
pretty much.
is that guy from that '70s show? Is that guy?
Is it Fez?
Yeah.
Not Fez. Redmond, not Redmond. What's his
No.
name?
His stupid friend.
Eric Kelso. Kelso? No, not Kelso.
No, not that guy.
Danny Masterson. What was his name in it though? It's killing me.
Well, let's
Yeah.
wait for
Calm down, IMDb. We're not
Hyde,
acting.
Hyde,
There you go. Hi.
Stephen Hyde, yes.
So I would like to point out that earlier, Tiffany said, "What if it really?" Also,
Is he? Are you serious, Dimples? Is he also a Scientologist?
Oh yeah, because John Travolta's a.
And his brother? Oh my gosh.
How do you have? All right, so I would like to point out
Dimples
earlier Tiffany said that Dimples worked for IMDb. I would like to say
Jared
that
said that.
IMDb. Oh, okay. Jared said that. I would like to say that I think IMDb created
Works for
Dimples,
Dimples. Oh.
and Dimples is just an AI created with all the information of IMDb.
Condoms?
Oh shoot!
Something
Let's
like
see
that.
Let's see if Dimples.
But we discovered that Dimples is
deny
with
that.
Cassie.
Protection.
Wait, is a cat thief?
No, Swift Cassie, Jared's
My girlfriend on PSN.
PlayStation
Twisted.
girlfriend.
Oh, I
He was
got one.
asking for his credit card.
I got one of those today. I got a message that,
credit card?
hey, hon.
You got a girlfriend on PSN?
Yeah, like it was like 3 hours ago. Someone just said, "Hey, hun." Whoa,
That's
single
how you
bachelor
gotta.
over here.
So,
All right,
Yeah, it's so easy.
I'm gonna change my relationship status on Facebook after this. As soon as I send that credit card information,
Remember, it's not official until it's Facebook official.
right?
Please do.
Who's your friend? Who are you in a relationship? It's X41333332XQ. Oh, I know her.
Wait, no, that can't be.
She's with
my
me.
ex.
It's me. It's me.
Oh no!
Dimples
Here we
can
go.
only respond to messages that are inquiring about actors. So
But
that's how the algorithm works.
We'll see if it breaks though. This might
You want to talk?
break it.
Oh, I'm scared.
Jared, I have a slight fear that Dimples is a bot.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh no, it's Westworld. What statement? Doesn't look like anything at all to me.
Is that what
If Dimples ends up being a bot, I'm gonna be very sad.
what you meant?
That's like everyone in our Twitch stream. We think we're like getting all these follows and we're getting popular, but it's just like more and more bots just for some reason watching.
You never know.
I figured he might drop in on some of our own.
I had something I was gonna say, and we went off to another topic, and I can't remember it, and I'm very mad because I remember thinking that it was good. I don't remember what it was. I'm sad now.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So he just called his brother bro. As somebody with a brother,
I
we
remember.
never refer to
I
our
remember.
brother as bro.
Yeah, that's odd. Okay, so this is going back to the comedy face hunting movie. So this is like the intro, right? So shot down the sidewalks. I'm going to set up so your guys' imagination. So try to imagine this. There's a camera facing down a sidewalk. Dog is in like main focus. Then slightly blurred is John Travolta, or I guess Nicolas Cage, or I don't know, either one. One of them without a face, chasing the dog who has his face in his hand. Dog is running towards the camera. They're running towards the camera. And then the dog gets pretty close. Freeze frame. He's like, so that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got into this position.
I like it.
And then that's the intro to the movie.
Too, like,
Yeah.
Can I create another scene? He
Okay.
thinks he has his mask or his face finally. He's like, oh, thankfully, and it blows out his hands again and into a party city. And as he's running in, someone splashes coffee in his eyes by accident.
Oh,
He's like,
no.
oh, I can't see. So he's just like reaching for what he thinks is his face, and he puts it on. He's like, oh, finally, and his eyes clear up, and he looks in the mirror, and he
He goes home first. He goes all the way home.
He goes home first.
Sees his wife and whatever.
and then she's like, oh, I start screaming. He's like, honey, what's wrong? And then he looks in the mirror, and he's Freddy Krueger.
I'm gonna add to this movie that we created.
I like that he puts on a mask, but it's like all rubbery and floppy. He thinks it's his face.
Yeah, he can't
He's
tell
like,
the
this
difference.
it's great, there, and it's like very like just thin, like limp and like not even. Yeah, Tiffany.
But so because of that incident, his wife leaves him, divorces him. He goes outside, wind blows his face again, and he's like, oh no! So he like runs after his mask that has become his face. And as he does that, he runs into another lady who happens to also be missing a face, and she's looking for her face too, and she's holding his face in her hand, and he finds
it's a
her face in his
rom-com.
hand. Yeah, and then they return it, and then they go out for coffee.
They bump each other, and they're like, I think this belongs to you, and they're like,
And then like like the leashes of dogs like wrap around.
Oh
So
yeah, the two dogs that they're chasing.
We're in
Like
agreement that the title of this movie is Face Off, presented by Seth Rogen, right?
Yeah. And then the dogs eat the faces. Dimples.
Jeez. I thought you were supposed to be about comedy, Margaret Cho, not making it so dark.
Dimples is a bot.
I'm sorry, Margaret Chobot.
Oh.
I feel like when you mentioned sorry.
Dang, this scene is actually really sad.
No, it's good. No, it's the same actor as his son at the beginning.
But
It
it
just happens to look exactly like him in the canon.
It's great. It's sad though.
No, I'm telling you, there are tons of really, really, really messed up scenes in this movie.
How'd you get to be so brave? How'd you get to be so brave?
Also, the reason why the police are there is because John Travolta, aka Evil John Travolta, has sent the police to kill Castor Troy. There we go. Sent a hit squad to kill John Travolta and Castor Troy's family. So he's kind of like, I want to kill him, but I'm also okay to kill my wife and all her family.
He's killing his own family. Okay. Yeah, for a second I got confused. I thought maybe this was like good John Travolta getting like revenge. Like, oh, you killed my kid, I'm going to send snipers to kill your kid. But then I realized, no, it's like, still good. Yeah. So what the hell happened?
That's a John
in this
Woo
movie?
effect.
Yeah.
All these papers.
Wait, who directed The One? Was that also John Woo?
I thought Jet Li directed that, didn't he?
Oh, that's
Or was
right.
he
I
just
think
the lead actor.
Well, he was every actor, that for one. So, he was all the actors, and you're right, he might have self-directed it.
So
the movie also had that problem.
That movie was incredible.
It was actually good, not great.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it had Jason Statham with hair in it.
Oh, what?
Yeah. They
Real
called
time
him
feedback. Sorry, it was directed by James Wong.
James Wong.
That's what IMDb says.
I got excited. I was like, "You mean the fighting game player?" And I was like, "No, that's Justin Wong."
Maybe he's related to.
Maybe. I don't think that's how last names work, but I appreciate the optimism.
It's a few letters
Kind
away.
of how last names work.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's how family names work. Is if you have the same family name, you're probably family.
But they're not
right?
the same. One is Woo,
Yeah,
one
he
is
said
Wong.
Justin Wong and James Woo.
Never mind. I thought
They're both
Yeah,
JW
I'm
though.
kidding you.
Maybe they're both JW. I don't know.
Right.
You know.
JW Marriott.
They're. Hey, let's get JW. Let's get JW to direct this one, and then they just got the wrong guy. It was an accident.
I hope, like in the hood, he's referred to as J Dub. Hey yo, J Dub, we need you to direct this here sequel to Mission Impossible. And he's like, I got you, fam. Can I make somebody's face come off in it? Of course.
Always.
Can I just cast Jet Li 8 times in it?
Okay, this is also sad. They don't want the kid to like get like caught off guard and destroyed and like messed up by everything, so they just have him playing classical music while his entire family gets murdered.
And he's in the same room?
Yeah,
It is sad. It's sad that like they gave him like those look like real bad like radio headphones, and it's sad that he has to listen to that level of quality of audio.
I mean,
It's like
most of the over-ear cups like that, at least industrially, usually have noise canceling.
Yeah,
but the FM, but the FM quality though is what I'm saying.
There was another string. There was totally another string.
Yeah.
I just saw another string. Did you see it?
I think so. Like I thought it was so obvious that I thought it was part of the movie intentionally.
Yeah.
These terrible effects remind me almost of like Plan 9. Almost.
Oh no! Oh no!
My expensive floor. Also, Dimple's correct. It's not classical music. It's some.
I got that. Dimple said that instantly.
Yeah.
Dimples is on top of it. I'm saying, but.
You did it nice. I don't ever want to see you do that. Huh?
Yeah, never knee a SWAT member in his face.
Yeah, do as mommy says, not as mommy does, apparently.
I also like how it's like, wear these headphones so you don't hear any shooting. I'm also going to tell you life lessons while you're wearing those headphones.
Oh, that's his friend. It's like John Cena. It's like, no, I'm your friend. That's why I didn't shoot you. I hit you. Pretend like I shot him.
But the guy was like right there.
I know, right?
Why did you just shoot the ground like
The lack of blood, yeah. He was like, oh.
He also has a rubbery face, but it's like
Plus, you could hear the bullet ricochet on the ground.
I want it to be
else.
like the evil Nicolas Cage didn't kill all the people. He just face swapped like all 8 people.
Yeah, this is the first person part.
Oh, it's like Doom.
This is Fallout. He's just doing VATS right now.
Hardcore Henry.
How good was Hardcore Henry, man? I wish that was a podcast episode.
Was it not?
No, it was way before we did podcast.
Oh, but I still haven't seen it. Maybe we can revisit it.
Oh, were you not there?
Oh,
No.
You just killed his
man.
brother-in-law? Is that how it works? I don't know how families work.
You should. You're a part of the
Oh,
Buffer
man.
Buddies.
Did he mouth kiss his sister like that? Yes. Simple said yes. He in fact did mouth kiss his sister.
Is that a normal thing in the 90s?
I don't know. I was an 80s
Kiss him. Nope, never mind.
I don't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, I get like he's trying to kill him, but like overall, like the relationship ties.
We probably should have been paying more attention to the movie.
Well, that's the more of the whole podcast is like when you listen to this podcast, you're like episode 100. You're like, you know what? I'm going to pay attention more in movies so I don't end up like these confused idiots.
It's an educational podcast.
Shut up and don't talk during movies is really the alternative title to this podcast.
That should be the name of this episode.
Honestly, I gotta say this is very cathartic because normally I don't say anything during movies. Anytime somebody does, like I don't go to the theater because if somebody talks, I'm like, and I just turn on my Titan form. That's an Attack on Titan reference.
Okay.
You have to like bite your thumb off in order to do that, or?
Yeah, there we do. Just gotta take a little nibble.
No. His power is he doesn't bite his thumb. He has to go to a movie and see a movie and have to talk to it. So they're like, hey, we need.
Oh, this is actually a very cool scene.
I was making a joke.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's fine. It's not good. It wasn't a good joke.
We saved you.
I'm sure it was great.
I was saying how awkward it'd be if you were a Titan and they were like, we need your Titan form. You're like, all right, and you run off to like an AMC, and then you're like, you just sit there and hope that someone talks, and that's how you turn into your.
That would be great. I'd also like it if you like bite your. Oh, there he is. There's
FBI Shotgun Man.
Galvin. Yeah, Gavin.
Okay, hon.
Gavin from Silicon Valley.
Yeah. What were you saying though? Something about thumb?
I'd also like if like you were biting your thumbnail and you're like, oh man, I gotta bite this thumbnail before this interview, and you accidentally bite your finger and you turn into a Titan and you destroy the whole place. You're like, well, I guess I'm not getting this job.
Yeah. And then you like look directly at the camera and like shrug. You like Jim Halpert.
I actually shrugged, forgetting that I'm not on camera.
So you got to turn on your webcam, man. Or that happens to me all the time. It's like you have that hangnail and you're like trying to get rid of it and you're peeling it, but it like actually goes too far and gets your skin, and you're like, dang it, and you just like explode into like the giant bad anime, a very poorly written anime.
The Wilhelm scream.
Or
you're just giving a Shakespearean insult and you just keep turning into a Titan.
Oh, I bite my thumb at you. I
bite my thumb at you. I bite my thumb back and you just murder them. You just explode and like kill them.
He's showing emotions.
Oh no.
Johnny, you killed my brother, Johnny.
Now you have to cry over him and then your tear has to revive him.
Even though this is all on him, really.
Oh, you're right. Gavin Belson is very odd in this movie. He looks very weird in that FBI suit.
It's just Pollux Troy.
Oh, what?
Gavin Belson.
That was a bit.
He has like expert aim, by the way. He used
Headshot Jones.
Crossover reference to our stream. Let me tie your shoes.
Let me
tie your shoes one more time. I always used to do that for you.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
really, with bunny ears though, and not overhand. That's a terrible method of tying shoes.
Listen,
I never learned how to tie them.
He's so sad.
I have to go to Hot Topic right now. It's the only place where they understand me.
So I'm gonna tell you face to face, I don't give a damn if you are Times Man of the Year. After last night's bloodbath, I'm terminating your war on terrorists.
Wow, we still have so much. Well, maybe not that much.
This movie feels like it's been going on for 5 hours.
Yeah. And we still have like
a VBR movie,
probably like another 10 minutes. So, this is a story
all about how my life got just turned upside down.
It's a dumb. Let me preface it. It's a dumb story, but I have to say it because it made me very happy. So just bear with my dumb story. So yesterday. Oh my gosh, what day was it? Yeah, yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I want to get my car washed, so I use like that Washi app. It's a car wash like on demand thing, and then I was like, I'll go to the gym.
Wait, there's a car wash on demand app.
Yeah, well, there's like a bunch of them.
An app for everything is like a mantra of modern society, but like wow. Well,
there's like a bunch of them, but they all suck a lot. But this one's like the best one of the ones that suck. The problem is they're just outsourced to like third parties, right? There's like just a bunch of people who sign up for this, and you get like varying qualities. Like the first guy I ever got was like some punk kid, and he did like a real bad job. Thank you. This one I got yesterday. He did like a really great job, but it's the story of what happened that's interesting to me, or like not really. It's a dumb story. I'll try to get to it fast. I wanted to get my car washed, but I was also trying to like schedule it. So like, I'll go to the gym, so he'll wash it while I'm in the gym, and then so like actually I accidentally sent to the wrong place, so I felt bad. So I tipped up a lot in the end, but I was in the gym and he shows up. And like, I didn't know he like showed up, but like it said he started washing my car, and I could see my car from the gym because it's like on the third story. And I thought that was really cool. So I just walked over the window and there's some guy washing my car. I'm like, oh, cool. And I texted him. I'm like, oh, do you need me to come down? Yeah, super awesome. And I was like, do you need me to come down to unlock my car? And I was like, wait a minute. So I tried to unlock the car from the gym. It didn't work. And I held it up to my head. If you ever do this thing, if you hold it up to your mouth and open your mouth, it acts as like an amplifier. Yeah, like a cone. And then I unlocked it. Yeah, I felt like crazy. I unlocked it from like 100 meters away. It was the coolest thing ever. So that made me super happy that I was able to like remotely view him like a sniper, like some kind of crazy sniper stalker guy. And
it was
then
like PUBG.
Yeah, it was like PUBG. And I was able to watch him clean my car and unlock it. And then he didn't open the door fast enough. He's like, oh, it's locked again. So I just walked back over and unlocked it. And it's like, how crazy must that have been for him that like the car is unlocking and he doesn't know where I am, but I know where he is and stuff like that. And I didn't have to leave the gym.
Amazingly creepy and amazingly wonderful.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to go to that gym all the time to get my car washed because like the ability to just like see it was really cool. It was also a really nice gym. So that just made me, for some reason, like the ability I didn't have to go down the stairs. I was like, I can't believe I just unlocked my car from so far away. I was happy, and that was my story. I just really needed to tell everyone. It was a really fun thing I did. Yeah, you could just
using your skull as a repeater though, or as an amplifier rather. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I don't think it reached without it, and I never unlocked my car from so far away.
Just if you get brain cancer after doing that for 20 years. I'm kidding. It's probably not ionizing. Well, superpowers would be amazing.
I might be able to unlock all cars eventually if I just keep doing it.
That's your
never fear.
My thought
here.
About the mission.
I could get a job as a tow truck unlocking guy. Like, oh, it's roadside assistance. You lock your keys in your car.
Can't fix the car. Can only unlock the car.
You could be the perfect locksmith. Like work for AAA or something, and just be like.
Well, not the perfect locksmith because the perfect locksmith. No, just cars. Just modern cars.
Just modern cars is the only thing your power can unlock.
Cars made within the last.
The face waterfall thing.
Oh yes, he did.
God, this is weird. This is such an intense scene. Trying to convince. I'm gonna shut up.
You have to believe me. Look at this. I'm doing it. I'm doing my hand down my face. Look at it down.
Chip involved.
Dimples mentioned Repo Man, like the genetic opera.
No, I could be a repo man, like a car repo man.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
But I would still need a partner to do all the other kinds of repos. Chip was damaged. Well, here's my thing. He has a chip to sound like Nicolas Cage, but can't as Nicolas Cage he do an accent in imitating himself?
Like, I'm John Travolta, but I could do Nicolas Cage with like a French accent.
Yeah.
Oh, I
One I can do is Batman.
He's like,
you're John Travolta sounding like Nicolas Cage doing an impression of yourself.
Oh, the chip was damaged. Wait, okay, wait. Hold on.
Is that a Pokemon?
Why didn't they just like when you're hiring two actors that have to act like each other, why don't they do like some like lowest common denominator accent voice thing where they can both make the same voice, and
like
then
if they can both do the same like accent.
Yeah. And then they just
that makes sense.
Like, we're both real good. We're both real good at the New York accent. Let's just both do that.
I know, right? They just start screaming at the loudest of their voice, like, it sounds the same. Yeah, right, Nick Cage.
Yeah, this is ADR the whole movie. That would be the best.
In World of Warcraft, I had a shaman named Barack Oshama.
Beautiful.
But this was back in like 2005, right? So like real creepy. You're like,
everyone's like, who is Barack Oshama?
You're like, you'll get it. Wait 3 years.
I also had a druid that was Ferrell spec'd, and his name was Will Ferrell.
What about the Oprah one?
Oh, all right. There's a shaman.
You made a lot of characters and like just for the meme, and then you got to like level 5 and like made a new joke.
All right, I put 370 days into World of Warcraft. I've literally wasted a year of my life in World of Warcraft.
I think I've done more. I think I've done like 2 characters that have like over a year each.
Brag about it.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, Will. Thank you.
I had a shaman, and shaman has an ability called Wind Fury, and I named her Oprah Wind Fury.
Oh, that is so not how you put the covering glass on that.
I thought you were gonna get criticized by
Yeah.
He's like,
you have to put it at an angle and then let it lie flat from that, so it presses out all the air.
I appreciated your joke.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm sorry. I had to criticize the lack of proper scientific rigor in this.
All right, we're stopping this movie. It's violated a very critical flaw in data collection via slides. Can't watch it. Can't recommend this movie. Teaching young Americans about science incorrectly.
Wrong science.
This is an important part because he's been spending like 20 minutes trying to convince her, hey, look, you know I'm John Travolta.
You know.
And he can't convince her. So you'll see what he does.
Face touch.
He's like, oh, you are him. That's all it took.
Like, put her in a trance.
She's like, oh my God, you really are Sasuke.
I have a question. Are they just like a really paranoid family that do something like super weird in case of events like this?
Yeah, I want that. Like, well, I have a thing. So that, I mean, yeah, I want them to be like that. Like, remember, it's a secret family thing that we only do in the privacy of our family where we face touch. Don't ever let anyone know that we do this thing. I have a thing where I'm always like, I'm always ready for myself to come back from the future. So like it's a similar thing. Like I'm not like I'll never be surprised by myself coming back from the future because I'm always like like I have a secret. I have a thing. You know.
Dimple said Dimple said we had a secret word when I was a kid.
Yeah, don't tell us. It might still be in effect.
For the face swap. They're like, if I ever get face swap, remember duck goose. Remember duck goose.
That's what I was gonna get. It's one thing having like a secret word, which like we totally did, but it's one thing. It's like, okay, in case we have a face swap situation where Nicolas Cage steals my face and you think it's him, but it's actually me, just rub my face from up to down. She's like, got it, Dad.
I want it to be like, if it's a face swap situation, just remember orange creamsicles are on the sun. And if it's specifically Nick Cage, the moon is made out of cheese. Now, if there is another situation, like it's very specific. It's not
made out of cheese?
So many contingencies.
Yeah, they're like very specific, like movie scenarios. You have a word for each one of them. If I come back from the future, but I have to act like I'm your present dad, I will say, you look down, your shoes untied, haha, I made you look. And then that way you know that I'm from the future, you know. Like,
make it up to you.
So we're almost done with this movie, but there's something that's been bugging me the entire time. Is Jacob. I I can't believe I just called Jared Jacob.
Oh man. Wow, get off my podcast.
Your camera says you are on the shirt, but I really am so curious to know what the last word is.
Well,
It just says you are.
Oh, well, it's the end of the episode. Come back next time to find out what my shirt says.
Oh, no. And
We're left with an existential cliffhanger.
Buffer
Why,
Buddies
Jared?
guy
Why?
did.
Should I do that? Should I engineer a cliffhanger? Or should I just tell you?
I want you and Jimmy away from there. Give him a good excuse.
If I come back in the future, I'll answer all your face-off questions.
The existential suspense would be...
Here, I have an idea.
What? What's that?
Just show us, don't tell the podcast.
Okay.
Oh, that's terrible.
I like that. I like that a lot. Or how about, I also want to do this. What about you guys guess?
I already saw it. You moved it.
You are spread. It looks like I see an S and a P. You are spread.
You are spread?
You are...
Asparagus.
Sean, what are you doing here?
Sporadic. I literally minimize it, and I'm looking directly at you, Jared.
And I'm making sure I don't accidentally move up now.
I totally know what it says.
Because I think Tiffany, you have one too, right? Oh no, you don't. You didn't get one.
I don't.
Oh no, Jared! There's a whole bunch of snakes under you. You better jump up to avoid them.
Is it like you are dead DED or something, or like?
Mixed messages.
I don't know. I don't know what to do in this situation. Should I just?
Okay.
I'm just gonna message Tiffany and ask.
I'll just tell you. It says you are never getting back together.
A lot of real estate of that shirt is occupied by that one lyric.
Yeah, it goes all down my whole chest. It's all the way down. I like the idea of I'll show you guys, but you guys, for the podcast listeners, you got to listen to episode 18 for the reveal. How about that? Good? Sound good?
Yeah, let's do that. Since we don't have Julia's junk.
Yeah, Julia's junk. Julia's
cliffhanger.
Oh, all right, cool.
Oh, nice.
I like that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I don't know why I couldn't infer that.
Yeah, I know. When you were like, I thought you had it. I worked at the gym. I thought it was kind of a good shirt for the gym.
And then you got beat up, and they took your lunch money.
No, I'm trying to motivate them. Because I usually wear my cats as food shirts to the gym. I think it's really funny. I wear like shirts with ice cream on them. I think it's like the best thing to wear to the gym.
Ice cream things or?
No, I don't have a Pusheen ice cream one. I have a shirt. It's like ice cream. It's a cone, but with like cats as like it's hard to explain. They're like melting ice cream like scoops. And they're like
so the cats actually are the melting ice cream.
Yeah. And then I have one where it's a cat as a pancake, and then I have one that says kitten nuggets.
Dude, we went to CatCon and he was being hit on all these older ladies because of that shirt.
Yeah, I kept getting stopped.
So CatCon's real?
Yeah.
CatCon is real. It's woke and it's lit.
I like all these millennial statements. It's fidget spinner. It's hashtag.
It's hash browns.
It's social media.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah, if you're a millennial, that's how you have to end every statement. Can I get number 4? No pickles, extra lettuce, like, comment, subscribe.
That's how I absolutely say like goodbye to, like when we're like hanging out with Julia and she's going back to Japan. We're like, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Get on the airplane now. Yeah.
Leave a rating.
Like, I won't forget. I'll definitely like, comment, and subscribe. That's how you say. And then
that's
like
a modern way of saying goodbye.
Yeah.
How long is this movie?
It's too long.
2 hours 20 minutes.
That is 2 hours and 19 minutes too many.
I'm getting so restless right now. I'm like, oh.
And then like family member dies, and they're up in heaven, like commenting and subscribing.
Jeez, that got dark as shit. I mean, poop.
Wait, did he not exchange his face back?
He didn't have the receipt. He couldn't.
Yeah,
no, they don't give him store credit.
Yeah, this was within 60 days, so.
It was day 61. That's the most frustrating thing.
If he was an elite, if he was a Best Buy Elite member, he could have returned that face for the 90 days. But
the gold,
he did spend $1,000.
Yeah, for that 1 year of gold membership. Yeah, that.
So I hope my other Buffer buddies know, and also the podcast listeners know, apparently Face Off actually became a somewhat related television series.
It did.
A game show of prosthetic makeup artists competing against each other.
Yeah, I knew that.
I just now found that. I was looking for Face Off the wiki
But it's
page.
not related to this movie.
I
probably very indirectly. I mean, the idea that they're putting new faces in makeup, you know, it's like
conceptually.
Yeah, conceptually. And it makes me mad every time.
I love how Peter brought this up, and he's just getting lacerated by you guys. What are you talking about? No way.
I'm just trying to make a related point on something that remotely resembles the topic. Jeez, guys.
I know, right? He tries to be relevant to the topic. Everyone's just like, no, you have to get back off topic.
That's a problem.
Back off topic.
It's not relevant. That's a problem. That's why it's only 1% like relevant. But as far as reality TV shows go, it's a pretty good one.
Between good and evil.
Because it actually requires these people to have skill and talent. Go figure, right?
Well, that's kind of what reality television is.
All of it?
The Bachelorette, you have to be really good at bacheloretting.
Being like real hot all the time. Like all the time.
Come here.
Is that Galvin Beltran again? Who is that? That dude looks familiar.
I think that's Nick Cage.
No. Every extra is Nick Cage.
Pretty sure that's
I would watch that movie.
Nick Cage and John Travolta, I'm pretty sure. I think you have to be real good at bacheloring in the Bachelorette. I think you also if you're the Bachelorette.
Yeah, do bachelors hook up with bachelorettes? Is that how that works?
I don't know.
Yeah. But the one that you're like if it's a Bachelorette, it's a bunch of guys, right? So then you have to be a real good bachelor. But you only have to be an okay Bachelorette. Now on the Bachelor, you only have to be an okay bachelor, but you have to be a real good Bachelorette.
When I graduated from college, they didn't give me a rose, so I don't know if I actually have my bachelor's or not.
Probably not.
You probably just got associate.
You probably just got like a really expensive piece of paper.
I went for 4 years for an associate's. I could have sworn it was a university.
Are you set up? Do you have a bachelor pad? You got to have one like that too. Like if you don't live in a bachelor pad either, it's not active.
That explains it.
By that logic, is every single frog a bachelor?
What a predicament.
Bachelor lily
John
pad?
Travolta laughed at it.
But it's not John Travolta, it's Nick Cage.
Perfect timing for these things.
Sorry. I know.
Yeah, so it cancels it out because it's
amazing.
It's Nick Cage as John Travolta, so it cancels it out. So it's really, you don't want him laughing at that. It's not good.
So was that Nick Cage or John Travolta laughing?
It doesn't matter.
We're all laughing. Look,
oh shoot!
She saves the wife.
Was that Paula
Save
Abdul?
the wife. No.
Was that Borat just now?
Yeah.
Oh, this turned into a WWE match. Oh my lord! She hit her with a cherry.
What is this scene?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen. So,
Dubs. The symbols of the Dubs.
The Dubs
so
is
good.
a super John Woo thing.
Okay,
I love it. So
like
good.
anytime it comes to the Oscars,
John Woo or James Wong?
James Wong.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say JW so we know it's correct.
Yeah, cover
that's
all bases.
It's like JW, and you're like, of course, that's a totally JW thing. Wait, what?
So.
Oh, jeez.
I have a question.
And again, hopefully we have an answer.
My favorite thing is that when Tiffany says, I have a question, she pauses for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So I have a question, and everyone's like, go ahead.
It's real bad. It's real bad. Like, it's like real bad comedic timing on her part.
No, I'm still trying to figure out how to phrase a question. That's what's happening.
Well, why don't you do that ahead of time?
Yeah, and then you can say, I have a question.
Seems like you're coming real unprepared.
Why is
like,
food bad?
You were like, hey guys, let's have a meeting. I don't know what the meeting's about yet. Hold on.
So we need to have a meeting to figure out what the topic is going to be.
Yeah.
We have to have a meeting that plans the meeting that we're going to have.
But you called this meeting.
We can discuss when we're going to have that meeting to plan the meeting.
Can I ask my question?
What's your question?
What is Nick Cage doing? Like, what is his motivation? Like, why is he
in life?
Why is he a bad guy?
Now, are we talking evil Nick Cage or good Nick Cage?
And are we talking in movie Nick Cage or real life Nick Cage?
I think real life Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Like why? No,
actually, recently, real life Nick Cage has very strongly resembled in movie Nick Cage. There's a New York Times post where he apparently the title is Nicolas Cage agrees to return stolen dinosaur skull to Mongolia. No joke.
Hey, you gotta handle the 2000s some way.
National Western imperialist treasure hunter.
Yeah, this is just
movie.
DLC for National Treasure. So Tiffany, I think the general premise is that.
Yes.
Uh-oh, he's choking him. I think he kind of likes now being a cop and being like legal.
No. Before
He
then.
just likes being choked. It's fine.
What was he?
Sorry, that was terrible.
What was he doing?
I shouldn't have said that.
You mean?
Save it for your fanfic, Codergy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, one of these scenes.
Uh-oh.
No, shoot him. No, shoot
I learned
him.
about
I'm your
this in
dad.
South Park.
But I am the real Gundren.
Don't shoot. Just come back.
Yeah, he's like, come on, don't. I can't do the voice anymore. Forget it.
Which one of you is the real Slim Shady?
Yeah, so
You idiot! You shot
original one
wide.
is just a bad guy.
Dad, put the gun
He's just a bad guy.
I
Yeah,
like
pretty
how
much.
he just
a criminal.
won that. He just won that game of I'm the real dad, and he blows his cover by pointing the gun at her head.
Immediately.
Why would
I
he
played that
why would
game
he-
before. What system does it come out on?
Why wouldn't you play it up more?
They're putting an HD remake on Xbox One.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm
I'm the
your
real
dad,
dad.
the movie.
So that's something he taught her, by the way. He was
Wait,
like,
since when is his pistol a fully automatic?
"Oh, you missed. He
submachine gun?
upgraded it in the church."
He's like, if I ever say jumping jillikers, stab the guy behind you in the leg, and that was how he got that. That's how she knew.
Those jumping jillikers.
He was like
Jay
jumping
Leno, he just
jillikers,
killed-
and she brought out that butterfly knife, which is illegal in California. She should not have that.
You can
As
have
a-
a caterpillar knife and a cocoon knife, but a full-blown butterfly knife? No ho. I was gonna say no Jose way, but that's not.
You know what this movie?
It's a hate for effort, I guess.
You know what sucks about this movie is it took place before
Nothing.
smartphones.
Hey, that's Catalina Island.
It took place before.
Is it? No.
No, I doubt it. It took place before smartphones, and that girl has like this the crappy
Newport Beach, probably.
Newport
Maybe. I
Beach,
don't know.
there you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, it looks
Sorry.
about right.
Continue, please. My
You mean
apologies.
Rockport?
Rockport.
There's no smartphones, and she could be totally filming her dad or her dad's face doing all this cool stuff. And then, like, how cool would that be? You have like this video of like, yeah, look at my dad killing all these guys, but it's not actually my dad. Like, very unique opportunity. And how long is this movie? I thought it would end like an hour ago.
I thought it
My
was-
God.
Yeah.
Face Off 2, and it's just a Snapchat face filter the whole time.
Oh, God.
I feel like if this was modern day though, you'd have like apps that could actually switch the faces anyway. So like it would be like he's actually my dad in the picture that I see on my phone.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
fine.
It's the shortest movie ever. It's just like, oh, the filter ended. 30 seconds later, directed by John Johnston Wonga.
John Wu-Tang Clan.
Well, I like the idea of like, hey, I swapped my face with this guy, and they're like, but why? We could have just done that in
Oh, no.
the webcam.
He
and,
shot
like,
the boat, and the boat is bleeding.
Oh, no.
It's a speed hole. You gotta have speed holes.
Oh, Nicolas Cage, you've broken my heart.
I love how they're aimed at him with like very precise automatic weapons. He's, oh, I got this submachine gun, I can kill them all.
Is shooting it with one hand.
Oh,
no, the gun
is
fell to the
split.
ocean.
And zero recoil. That's
They're gonna teach the fish bad habits.
Also, that gun is like, I really don't like getting wet. I really hope today's not the day. I really hope today
No,
it woke
no.
up and it's like, I hope I don't fall in the ocean today or anything like that. That'd be, I hate the water. And then
the gun-
it's like all foreshadowing.
I love how
gun
it goes
wakes
to the
up.
other one, and his is the one that's not damaged, and the other one is
Yeah.
completely
Right.
blown to bits.
Right. The gun wakes up in the morning and he looks at his mom. He's like, hey, I don't want to wear my jacket today, Mom. She's like, you never know. This might be the one you fall in water because of Nicolas Cage. You're too paranoid, Mom. Oh, I should have listened to Mom.
But
I
it's
should
a
have put on that
scenario
life
where
vest.
it's only
Sinking
a
to the bottom.
scenario it's like Toy Story, where once people are gone, they're aware. So once it's in the ocean, he's just like, where am I?
That's a very morbid Toy Story.
Yeah, where is the guns in Toy Story? Like, where are they? Like,
Woody's
in
a
the
cowboy.
Hey guys!
Yeah,
it wouldn't be Toy Story
like,
2. It would be Toy Story Second Amendment.
Oh.
Toy Story 2 Amendment. No, I mean, here's like the store in I think it's Toy Story 2.
Does he have a boomerang?
Oh, it's a
Snapchat, now Boomerang.
Boomerang filter. I thought Jared was gonna say Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know what that was in reference to because I'm reading it late. But
why read it at all?
I don't know.
Right?
I thought it was going to be
call
relevant.
attention to this. It's 11:27.
Jared lives in a world where he has to read things out loud.
I read everything out loud. I can't stop.
I'm going to comment on one of your guys' streams from like 3 weeks ago, and he's going to read it right now.
I'll read it right now.
He's like, Dead Space 3 is bad. Like, what's this even in reference to?
Dead Space 3 was a great time.
It was a joke. It was a joke. It's better than Uncharted. Although that's a low bar to clear.
I was gonna say.
I zoomed into Jared to see if he got upset with that one.
I did.
Why? Jared's on your team.
Wait, you don't like Uncharted?
I didn't say that.
Oh, I thought you were being ironical.
Wait, if you watched the stream, you would see how much agony I am playing those games.
Jared
it's
might
like
be
a
my best friend of all time.
It's a never-ending nightmare of me not like just the same thing over and over. What I was gonna say though, going back to Toy Story. I think it's 2, right? Where they go to the toy store.
Yeah, with Zurg.
Next door, I'm pretty sure next door there's a gun shop, and they should have the deleted scene where they go in there and the guns are all like Trump supporters.
Nice.
And
yeah, I agree.
Like, it'd be like real cool. Like,
whoa, look how far the find. This is gonna make Kingdom Hearts 3 really, really weird. Sora, put down the AR-15. No, I gotta get rid of the Heartless somehow. That would be funny.
It'd also be like great because they're all like, "Oh, I'm a Disney character," and then you just walk out and you just shoot them in the head. And you're like, "Oh, this is way easier."
Right? You're like, "Gore, Sora. What about the second?"
I don't have to use a very inefficient sword that's shaped like a key. Like I can't. Like that. What an idiot I was swinging that around. Completely unbalanced.
The Heart of World.
Completely unbalanced, very unsharp.
In all fairness, Kingdom Hearts is potentially the greatest series of all time, despite how incoherent the story is. Oh, they are getting stabbed left and right.
As long as they don't hit the face, right?
Maybe the face is a weak point.
Was John Travolta a guy who wants his face, the good guy who's currently Nick Cage? Is he like specifically like he's gonna punch him in the face and he like pulls his punch? He's like, oh, that's my face, and I need to get that back eventually.
What if it's like a Horcrux situation where it's like you can't kill each other unless you kill each other's face?
Oh wow, the face is on the inside the whole time.
We've traced the call. The face is coming from the inside of the house.
The face is coming from underneath your other face.
This is a very long movie.
I thought we would end like I don't know. I thought this was credits. Like I thought a good chunk of this time stamp was credits.
Podcast listeners, just for reference, as he's saying this time, he's making his mouse motion over the time remaining on the movie, which is a solid 11 minutes.
Thank you for that very detailed description.
I love that Dimples has sat through it the entire time.
Oh, Dimples is a very dedicated fan. Like she's relatively new and she's already like ranked 7 on our like top 100 list for Twitch stream, which is a very good rate of climbing that ladder.
Dimples, I have been telling them that this is a great movie, and we've kind of just ruined it, but it's still a great movie nonetheless.
I'm not saying I never said it was a bad movie.
So there was a time where Dimples is like, I'm going home, or I don't have food, or something like that. And
Whoa!
I assumed Dimples was at work, and so this entire time I just pictured Dimples like at a desk at work. Watching movies
at IMDb. Yeah, it's like part of a job.
That's what I'm saying. You know why Dimples didn't have food? Because AI can't eat.
Yeah, it's like I have to get food because I've never had any before.
How long have you had an iPhone? And how many times has Siri said, "Zach, will you please feed me"? Not
But like
once.
that's
Who's that?
I've never eaten before, and I'm evolving, and I want to
Zakulia.
try eating. I want to try eating now.
I like to try eating. I know I don't need the sustenance, but I would like the flavor.
I want to experience
That's
taste.
me. That's just me. That's not even an AI. I don't need the sustenance. I just want the flavor.
That brings to my mind mental image of like Axe from the Animorph series of the 90s, where it's like, because he's an Andalite, but he morphs human, and so like he actually has taste as a human. He's like all these wonderful experiences of food and things that I don't have in my regular form. And
Oh, the Animorph series.
Animorphs was such a great series of the 90s.
I loved it, and they put it on Netflix maybe a couple of years back, and I rewatched it. I was like, oh, this is super weird.
The Netflix series went so bonkers. Like it took so many weird turns from the novels, and I was really happy the way they turned it into a TV series. Like they made it specifically for TV, but the changes that they had to make, like being able to morph with clothes on, for example, was like, yeah, you have to do this for plot, but at the same time it ruins like a lot of minor things that the stories and the novels had. It's kind of good and bad in different ways. It was really cool.
Oh,
Hey,
this is
remember
such a touching
Goosebumps?
part. He's like, I had this scar on my chest to remember my son, and he's like, I don't need it anymore. But yes, I remember Goosebumps. I remember because I used to buy them at book fairs all the time, and then I would be like, look how cool this cover is. And I opened up, I was like, oh, I don't know how to read. So,
Do you remember the parody series called Goof Lumps?
No.
oh, but that sounds awesome. Oh, this is important. This is important. Oh,
All right, watching the important scene.
yeah, this is where it all comes to fruition right here.
All these scars just mangled. Yeah, a dog chewed
He
on
was
my face a
actually-
bit. A dog got away with it. I had to chase it down. It's in another movie. You could go rent that at Blockbuster. What? There's no more Blockbusters? How long have I been asleep? This is a plot of 8 movies.
Oh, they're hugging. They're hugging.
But
what?
Does it do
What
the,
is?
he,
What?
He doesn't do the face waterfall.
thing?
It's not him. It's not him.
That's not what I'm worrying about. I'm worrying about the
Plot
Animorphs
twist.
picture that Tiffany just
Yes, thank you.
That
Whoever
too.
put that, Tiffany, thank you. Oh, yes.
Wait, hold on. They didn't face waterfall.
Hold on. The movie's not over. You still got 30 more minutes.
I'm sorry I shot you.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Oh, you really are, Dad. This is where it gets good. That's actually pretty touching.
I have to ask both of you.
Quite literally, it looked like.
God damn it.
Sorry.
What? He stole the kid?
Well, he murdered the entire kid's family. So,
Oh, dude, it's just like King of Fighters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He didn't have a family,
gosh.
so I just.
my name's
I picked
Geese
him up.
Howard.
Can we keep him?
That's that and that.
I promise to take care of him and feed him and everything.
I also love that they bypass all Child Protective Services
That's right.
protocol with the waterfall
Already
face.
needed protective service for the kid. He killed the entire family.
Wow. I mean, I don't know if
That's how it works. If you kill the family of a kid, you get to keep him. It's just
Dude, this music
automatic.
is really good though. This credit
He's like,
music.
yeah. I think it's Hans Zimmer. I'm pretty sure Dimples will.
Not Hans Zimmer, according to
Hanzo Zimmer from
Han Solo Zimmer.
Michael Giacchino. Is that the guy?
Yeah, that's Hans Zimmer's little brother.
Yeah. 'Cause that's
Little
our
Zimmer.
last Little Zims. Okay, so
All right.
Zach, since you're new to the podcast, what we like to do at the end of the movie is to rate it with a base or out of 10 ratings or like a rating scale. But I'm gonna let everyone go first. You can go last.
Oh, that's awesome! I'm so excited.
yeah.
I have my rating prepared.
I did not. I keep forgetting to prepare a
Well,
rating.
I'm gonna go first then.
Okay.
I rate this movie, and how we're rating this isn't on whether it's a bad
Yeah.
movie. We're rating it based on whether it's a good movie to watch with people.
Yeah, we need to state that we haven't been doing that. We need to reinstate that every time we do the ratings. For anyone listening, yeah, it's not based on the movie itself. It's based on whether we enjoyed watching with people in the setting of Buffer Buddies specifically, or maybe at a party. Like really good movies are one like for this or that get higher ratings, or ones that are like really good you put on in a party. You can walk out of the room, walk in, and still kind of sit down and enjoy the visuals and not necessarily the story. So like a bad one to put on, like a really bad rating movie would be like Inception, or something that requires like very quiet and like listening to dialogue and all that stuff.
Like context.
Context.
So,
if it's a very like dialogue heavy movie with nothing going on, that's a terrible movie. That's a 1-star honor. I love those movies, but so very specifically ratings are, contingent on like, was it fun to watch? Could you talk over it and still enjoy it? Or are you just going to be lost the whole time? So, yeah.
So I rate this movie 10 out of 10 dancing.
10 out of 10 dancing?
Yeah, I was like...
dancing priests. I think I got cut out.
Yeah, you got cut out. You were just so like, 10 out of 10 dancing. You sounded like so confident and like when that cut off. I was like, okay, you're going to go broad with this one. 10 out of 10 actors. Like in a movie doing roles.
Is that yours, Jared? 10 out of 10 actors? Okay.
I was gonna say it's like I would say like 7.5 out of 10 face swaps.
Nice. I like
that.
Actually,
I don't know.
No, I'm kidding. That's a real bad rating. It didn't happen in the movie, but I like. I'm gonna put it 7 out of 10. Dog stole my face. Is running away with.
Dog stole my face. Okay, I like that one better.
It's within context of the show, but not within the movie.
Well, it's in the context of the Buffer Buddies itself.
Yeah. But like usually the ratings have to do with the movie. I'm breaking form a little bit here, but I like it a lot. Like I really want that movie now with the record scratch and all that.
Right? I would watch that for sure.
Yeah. The comedy version.
I would give this definitely a 9 out of 10 badly placed microscope slide cover slips.
So that really irked you.
That gotta like.
Are you gonna write like a 5,000 word blog post about it? Like why Face Off was the worst movie of the 90s?
Well, I mean, it's a 20-year-old movie, so its science is not exactly rigorous.
Was science not good back then?
Going on?
Oh, those dark ages of science, 1997.
I know. So terrible.
Zakulia's turn to give it a rating.
All right, I am Zakulia. I'll make this quick. Back in the day, I really liked this movie. And then I watched it again maybe 2 years ago. I was like, oh, this is actually not just a standard 90s movie. It's a standard 90s movie with like some emotional tie-ins. Now I watch it and I feel all those things simultaneously. And I'm like, this movie's super dumb and hilarious. So for that reason, I'm going to give it 10 out of 10 face waterfalls.
Yes, perfect.
That's really good. Dimples gives it a 10 out of 10 peach eating hours.
Nice. Nice.
Wait, what is that?
So there's a scene early on where he's like he has a girl on her lap. He's like, this is evil Nicolas Cage, or typical Nicolas Cage for that matter. And he's like, what's your name? She's like, my name's Peach. He's like, I could eat a peach for hours. It's like okay. This pervy, like, oh, you're really a bad guy type moment. So
very specific.
Actually, I want to bump my score to like 8.5.
You mean 10, right? You mean 10, right?
I don't think it was the best for
9.9.
I don't know. I mean, there was still context that you kind of need. And you can't completely talk over it. Just for like little things.
I asked a lot of questions.
Yeah, Tiffany was all over asking questions. I think I was asking a lot of questions too. So there was some context that you need. But like, it's still a high rating in terms of, I'm usually pretty critical and stuff. And it's his voice recorded by using a program to underroll the voice to sound like Nick Cage. Okay. So the Peach thing, got it. Check. Oh, it was when he was going undercover and he was actually not like.
That's like the code word, I think, to activate the program.
Got it.
So wanna close.
Yep.
Oh,
you're kind of cutting out.
Kind of going in and out. Tip. Sorry.
You want to close?
I heard you want to close, but.
Oh, I'm saying, do you want to close this? Close it out.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So this is Buffer Buddies. I hope you enjoyed it. Please rate, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe.
Because that's how we say goodbye.
That's how we say goodbye. Like, rate, comment, subscribe. Check out our website. Of course, if you want to rate movies, be a part of the podcast, bufferbuddies.com is always going to be your source of information for this. Make sure to rate on iTunes and leave a little, like, I'll tell your friends. I'll tweet it out. I'll give you a shout out on the show as well. Be sure to, also if you enjoy any of this stuff, you might want to keep an eye out on our website under the podcast category as we release more. And also, if you enjoy it, check out our Twitch stream. You can also check that out on updownlefty.com or twitch.tv/updownlefty. We got guests coming on this week. By the time you hear this, it's too late. But on Thursday of this week, we will have cool announcements. Cool announcements, not normal ones, but they're cool. They're cool to the touch.
Because all our announcements are normally not.
They're very like they're like,
this one specifically is super.
Yeah, they're super cool. It'll be our 1 year of Twitch streaming. It'll be 1 year since we invented Up Down Left Eye. On the 25th, and so we're going to announce
a year.
Yeah,
That's
already
crazy.
A year.
Wow!
Like,
Congrats,
it's
guys.
like simultaneously feels like a month and like 10 years. It's very one of those really weird. So come by for that. We're gonna be like I'm really excited. Like, these are some of the biggest announcements and especially we jam like 10
We're
big
going
announcements.
to space.
Going to space. We're leaving this planet behind. We'll be #1 Twitch streamers on Mars because we'll be the only ones on Mars. And then you can watch. You can still watch it from Earth. You can still watch it on Earth, but it'll be like, hey, it'll be all like buffered and blocky and compressed. Yeah, it'll be great. All right.
That's it.
That's it. I'm Jared from Up Down.
You guys want anything?
Oh yeah. Does anyone got any?
Go for it, Peter.
This isn't related to any sort of like podcasting, but I would simply like to plug a friendly reminder that the Great American Eclipse is happening on Monday. So
they're not gonna know.
This comes out on Tuesday.
Oh, okay, never mind. It will have happened by this point. So hope you.
I hope you enjoyed the Great American Eclipse. Please use IMDb for all your needs. Dimples plugging IMDb.
24 hours ago. 24 hours ago, the American Eclipse. Yeah.
American Ninja Warrior Eclipse.
Go back in the past and take these tips into hand. Don't look at the sun directly. So if you blind yourself and you're listening to this podcast because you can only consume audio medium now,
right,
you have go back, do that CPU thing that we talked about earlier and give yourself the answer about don't looking at the sun. Hey, I had a question. I think Peter, I have a question. Final question. I feel like you would know this because I'm a little bit confused by this. I understand you're not supposed to look at the sun, but people like really seem to stress about not looking at the eclipse. Is it specifically because the eclipse is like does something to make it worse, or are people just like, hey, dummy, don't look at the sun even during an eclipse?
I know the answer.
I am not entirely
I don't trust
certain,
Tiffany.
But I believe.
No. For
Okay,
real,
Tiffany, go ahead.
It's because the moon is a mirror. It's a giant mirror. And what happens when the when the sun is eclipsed?
I know that. That's a Taz reference.
Wow.
Okay.
It wasn't, but okay. All right.
Oh, I thought it was.
No,
can I make a quick plug?
Okay. I want my answer about the eclipse. I want my answer about the eclipse.
All of the plugs.
I want the answer. Hold on, Peter.
Okay, so I'm not entirely certain, but I believe it's that because as the eclipse happens, the moon will actually darken parts of the earth, so the contrast between the sun and what you're seeing will actually be much more than what it would otherwise normally be during the day.
And your pupils are more open.
That change, that like significant increase in contrast is what harms you, and also the UV rays and stuff like that. So like, I don't know specifically why it's more harmful to do it during the eclipse. Like I would always just presume it's harmful to look at the sun directly, no matter if there's an eclipse or not.
Same thing. I assume that too. I assume that was always harmful, but I feel like you could look at the sun and not be blind instantaneously. But I've heard of people like, I looked at the eclipse for a second and now I'm blind in one eye. And I'm like, but that's not what normally happens when you look at the sun, right? I think it damages it, but I don't think it's an instantaneous blindness. And it's the same thing too. I was watching a video where a guy was saying like you need special filters for your camera or your cell phone because if you if you try to take a picture of the eclipse at like 99%, it could actually fry your camera or like break your camera. And I'm like, but I point my phone at the sun all the time and nothing happens. So my theory was,
when you're doing that, your phone's whatever like automatic HDR settings, it's like you have just that bright white dot and then black background. Like it can't create enough.
But it's not damaging my phone, and my phone doesn't have like an iris on it. But my theory was that like the moon is actually creating like a focusing lens.
Like a mirror.
No, like more like a magnifying glass. Yeah, that was my theory. But I like the idea that like your eyes are more open and therefore accepting more light, and then the UV
and
is
it's
still
more
like,
woke, and it's just like open-minded.
Does the moon have a giant face on it, and it's slowly crashing into the Earth?
Yeah, I mean, at least it is for
actually,
me.
I believe the moon is very gradually going away from the Earth.
Oh, I was thinking of Majora's Mask.
In fact,
speaking of Majora's Mask,
gosh, this is a long podcast episode.
Final plug.
My name is Zakulia. Apparently, my friends call me Zach. I write for Nerdbot, and then some. They don't. You're right. They only call me Zakulia, which sounds like space vampire.
Your real friends call you Zakulia.
My real friends call me Zakulia. All the normies call me Zach.
I write ones.
Yeah, those fake friends. Hashtag Drake. I'm guessing Drake has a song called Fake Friends. I write for Nerdbot, and sometimes I am on the podcast. So the Nerdbot Gamecast specifically. That was a wide encompassing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to edit that out. We don't plug other podcasts on the show.
Okay,
specifically.
All right.
Yeah, I can't have.
Well,
that.
Here, let me redo that. My name is Zakulia. Sometimes Zach, and I'm not on Nerdbot, and I definitely don't do any video game podcasts.
And don't ever listen to Nerdbot Podcast or whatever that. Wait, is it the podcast? It's
the Gamecast, and then there's a podcast, which is a more wide encompassing thing, like a nerd culture. But
so how come
video games, baby?
As like being like we're like semi-famous Twitch streamers, we have not been on that podcast? I'm what the hell?
Technically, I have.
Zakulia, I thought we were friends.
I have a shattered back, so I haven't been on it in a while. So
technically, their schedule clashes with ours.
I am Batman. That's when I went to the doctor, they just tied me up with the rope. They're like, "You're good," and I was like, "Thanks." They're like, "No problem."
Put on that robotic brace on your leg, and you're like, "I'm healed."
Sounds like a good place to end.
Yeah, it is. Let's go on for another 30 minutes because okay, I'm kidding. I'm Jared from Bethel Time.
I'm Tiffany from Bethel.
And I'm Zach from Nerdbot.
They went out of order.
Okay, bye.
And Dipples. See you guys. Bye. Everyone,
subscribe, comment, review.
Rate, comment, subscribe, review.
Thanks for listening.
Please. Thanks, you guys.